What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna share this. I'll be right back, huh? Yeah. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just getting live. Let me share this. I literally just pressed the live button, so give me like 2 seconds. Give me a few seconds. Yeah, I'm still here. Don't y'all worry about it. I'm still here. Give me 1 more second. Let me just share this with one more person. Oh yeah, and how could I forget? All right, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's poppin'? How you doing? Top of the day. Hey, pretty lady, what's going on? How you doing? Pretty lady, since you're the first one in here, do me a favor. Check this out. $ STRINGERBELL80. If you could you write that in the chat for me? I appreciate it if you could. Or anybody, write that in the chat for me. If not, I'll handle it myself. So listen, today we're gonna talk about the Black Harley Quinn. Why don't we, huh? Every now and then I get a thorn in my side. I usually know how to avoid them pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I usually sense things. And so I'm gonna talk about 3 parts, and then I'm gonna segue into everything that's going on with Puff and all that stuff or whatever. The sound went out when I was speaking. The sound should never go out. This is an S24 Ultra. It should never go out. But listen, I'm gonna say it one more time. $ S is in super, T is in terrific, R is in right, I is in incomplete, N is in never, G is in great, E is in everyone, R is in right, G is in great, E is in everyone, R, B is in boy, E is in everyone, L is in life, L is in life again, 80. You can. If you can't, you can't. It's all good. So anyway, long story short, we'll get somebody in here that will. It always happens like that. Back to this one, right? Back to this one. Now you spelled it the wrong way. It's STRINGERBELL80. It's okay though. Thank you. And I need it with capital letters and I can't see it. It's all good though, Bob. Thank you for trying. Anyway, long story short here, let me jump into this. So yesterday, I was watching, it was late too. We had to be around about 2 o'clock Sunday morning. It was right before I went to sleep. I usually stay up pretty late because I'm editing stuff and all kinds of, y'all don't even know half the stuff I do. That's why I always look tired. But anyway, I digress. Let's move from that. That's nothing. I'm watching a video and it's put up by Gene Dill. So I watched the Gene Dill video, whatever. And in the video, Big Midwest is seemingly defending Tisa Tells. And I'm thinking to myself, why is he defending Tisa Tells? One of the most, I got the chance when I was working at Bad Boy Entertainment, I had the chance to record ultimately at Daddy's House Recording Studio, right? And this is the Doors, the 112, and Big had recorded in there. They had mastered this stuff in there, and I got to record in one of the rooms that Big recorded in, as well as the late, great Black Rob who saved Bad Boy Entertainment. I put the label on my back like, whoa, you dig? So it was a moment for me that many people won't understand. You understand what I'm saying? But you had to be here. So I'm going to wrap this all up in one. You had to be here. You know that, right, Harlem? You had to be here. See what I'm saying? You had to be here. So if you wasn't here, and then you show up here less than 2 weeks ago, and you start talking about what's what in the city that you helped build too, Jane. Remember, you helped build this shit too. What would we be without you, son? I would never take that away from you. But at the same fucking time, I'm going to say from the bottom of my heart, we had that little freaking squirrel of a freak on her channel today trying to feel real cocky because she believes that you I'm gonna take care of her, hold her down. And I was hoping that my speculations would be wrong out of that, that you would pick somebody at least better out of the litany of different black female vloggers that are down there, and someone that would give advertisement to. I think it would be somebody from the New York City tri-state, not a cantankerous freaking cunt from California. Respectfully. I don't like the chick. I don't like her. Other people don't like her. They voiced their opinion in her chat. You understand what I'm saying? She got front of the room from a chick from New York yesterday. You understand what I'm saying? And today she wanted to reiterate about the chick. You understand what I'm saying? All because she walked past chick being interviewed by Denat. So she wanted to double down. So see, the game that chick is playing, Gene, she playing you too. You understand what I'm saying? And you may not see it. One of the stories Gene's always has about Puff is he says, now listen to me, Gene, because you know what I mean? You know what this is. This ain't that. This is, yeah. So one of the stories you always tell is you tell the story about how Puff, you told Puff, you said, yo, I don't think we should go to California, this, that, and other, and the third, right? Remember that story? And whatever happened in California. See, Big got killed in California. Remember that, Gene? Big got killed in California. Okay, lock that in. Pop Smoke got killed in California. Lock that in. You understand what I'm saying? There was attempts on 3 or 4 people, which 2 of them you also know that we don't talk about online. And I appreciate you for not talking about that. But there was 2 or 3 other attempts, wasn't there? Okay, all right, cool. We're here. All right, with that being said, you understand what I'm saying? You bring this California bitch, or she is and that's what she is. That's what she is. I'm never going to change that. I told her to her fucking face I don't like her. You understand what I'm saying? I called her a fucking liar. And I didn't say it when she was by herself. I said it when she was with her little friend. She's a fucking liar. You understand? And I'm going to prove how she was another liar today. But just give me a second. Just give me this freaking chick that you got here, right? This bitch is coming out the courtroom and she's going to cost you that trial. So you want to see Puff lose. I know it. I get it. It's okay. I get it. You want to see Puff lose. That would bring you whatever joy it brings you, whatever it fills you, whatever the case. I get it. But I revert back once again. Sometimes you got to listen to what people are saying. And see, Gene Dill, unlike a bitch from California or a nigga from California, we got your best fucking interests in here. You see, you're stapler here as far as I'm concerned. Stand-up guy. But every now and then, we get our reputations tested. And your reputation being tested right now, my friend. And your alignment with that bitch ain't gonna bring it up. So you're looking at it from a social media perspective or whatever the fucking case may be. And that's for the fucking kids. I don't even care about these fucking kids. I really fucking don't. You see how they treat me? They treat me like trash here. In real life, everybody respects me. I get along with everybody. But on this shit right here, because you don't speak a certain language or you don't follow a certain narrative or whatever, there's separation tactics that are put up on here. I think this internet shit is the worst thing that ever happened for blacks or Latinos. It's teaching them to separate themselves even more. Well, I gotta separate myself from this fucking whore. And well, I didn't mean to call her that. This bitch, she's not a whore. I haven't heard nothing about her sleeping with multiple people. See, I'm always respectful on that point. But I got to say this point, right? Today she said something that really, really pissed me the fuck off. And it was based off your influence. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you what that thing was that pissed me off that the bitch said. The bitch said, the rest of New York, and I quote her, the bitch said, the rest of New York feels this way about Diddy. And I thought to myself, and I quote back to what I said earlier. You know when I said that little thing, you had to be there? Well, bitch, you wasn't here. You understand what I'm saying? In fact, you only been here for about 2 weeks as far as I know, right? Now, you might have talked to a nigga on the phone or whatever. Let me tell you a common problem that a lot of people do when they interact with people from New York. People from New York have a tendency to be extra nice sometimes to motherfuckers from out of town because they don't interact with motherfuckers from out of town a lot of times. They'll see them, they'll walk past them, you know what I mean? But they won't interact with motherfuckers. So when they get the chance to interact with somebody outside the New York City diaspora, they about lose their mind like a fucking whore at a concert. You understand? This is how they think, a lot of them. So Since now they're in their mode where they're like a dizzy whore at a concert looking for an autograph, fucking groupie or something. Now they all of a sudden start being extra nice, where they're not even this nice to people that live fucking around them. You understand what I'm saying? But they want to be nice to the out of town motherfuckers. Now, I particularly have a perplexity, and always have. And I told my sister this, and I've even said it to my sister's boyfriend before. And he from the trenches out there, motherfucking California. Everybody know him. I'm not gonna say his name again, but I've said his name before. Y'all heard me talk about him 5 years ago. You understand what I'm saying? When my sister used to come on here and speak. So in the chat, I mean. So for me, the California thing go down like this for me. When I think of Big getting killed out there, right? I say to myself, well, the last motherfucker that I'm gonna take priority for is a nigga from California. When I think about Pop Smoke getting killed out in California, I said, well, the last motherfucker I'm gonna take priority for is a motherfucker from California. You understand what I'm saying? When they attempted to kill 2 or 3 other people, which I will not mention, I said, well, hey, fuck that. That shit happened in California. You understand what I'm saying? Now, reason I bring that up is when you go to California, right? You gotta be real respectful of California. I couldn't, as a nigga, go to California right now, as I'm speaking, and say Big U's trial started tomorrow, or what's the other dude's name? They said it killed Tupac or whatever. I couldn't go to his trial out there in Vegas, Keefe D. I couldn't go to either one of these guys' trials. Let's do be very carefully. I couldn't go to either one of these guys' trials and sit there and say the preponderance of shit not being from either one of them states that this chick has said here in New York. Not only was I upset by the fact that we got girls from New York City that are standing outside that courtroom, but we got a couple girls from Harlem that's standing outside that courtroom. Did you know that, Gene? Got a couple girls from Harlem, uptown, baby, east side. And you making a bitch from California feel a little too fucking comfortable where you should be letting girls from New York feel that comfortable. Now, see, I say I raised one, Gene. I can't agree with you on this one, Big West. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I got to speak. You can't have that much motherfucking adornment for this whore. That's first things first. Second of all, when she was getting into something, I keep calling her a whore. I'm sorry, she's not a whore. You can't have that much for this bitch. All right? I'm sorry. Because that's 2 different things in my terminology. It really is. It really is. It really is. She's not a whore. I don't think she's a whore. I don't think she's a whore. She's a little too flitty to be a whore. She's not a whore. That's a very different thing. We don't like to table women with that. That's not required. But any fucking way, this chick, she made some statements today about New York City, and I ain't like that shit. And I know I sent that to somebody just to see if I was bugging. And they said, what the fuck did this bitch just say? I said, yo, you heard what the bitch said? She said it twice. And I said, well, she must feel like she is a better term out airhead. I said that too. Nobody wants to listen to me. I don't know what I'm going to do. But any fucking way, right? The thing here is this. This chick, she says the whole New York City feels like Cuffy is guilty. And I beg to heavily differ with that shit. I beg to heavily differ with that shit. And the fact that that bitch is trying to put out that message in front of the press, in front of people and everything else. I watched her video, and as she's saying that, people are looking back at her. She didn't even peep it because her back is turned. But the people that she's standing and they're behind her, they're looking back at her. It was like 2, 3 people look back at her like, what the fuck this bitch just said? And you can hear from her accent, she ain't from the New York City tri-state. She ain't even from the East Coast. If you're from, let me give you an example. If you from Virginia, I even go as far as say North Carolina. If you're from North Carolina up to Boston and you come to New York, it's nothing. You understand what I'm saying? But if you're from California, you're from the Midwest, it stands out because they got a totally different accent. They got a totally different way of handling things. They think differently or whatever. Gene Dill came here a long time ago to New York City. I forgot by what means. I think it was family or something like that at the fact or whatever. I'll let him tell that story. But Gene Dill's been in New York for at least 40 years, if not 45 years. He's been here for a long time since he was a very young man. So he encompassed everything that had to do with New York City. You understand what I'm saying? And it helps if you got family. You know, it's one thing if you move in, you ain't got no family and no background, and that's not the case with me, but with a lot of people it is. And so, you know, if you ain't got nobody from the Northeast or whatever, you ain't originally from the Northeast, you come to the Northeast, you're gonna be really quickly fooled by what you think in the past or might have been traditions or whatever the case may be. So yesterday on Gene Dill's podcast, he was like, "Yo, we got her back," and nah, he's from the Midwest. I ain't gonna say where. I let him say that, but you know what I mean. He already know Louis on the side. You dig? But like I said, you know what I mean. Yesterday he went on this podcast and he showed some type of support for this broad. And I was, thank you, Ryan. I'm just like, wow. He. Oh, matter of fact. Hold on one second. Let me get rid of this one because I asked her to put my Cash App earlier and she wouldn't do it. I mean, she spelled it wrong on purpose. You know what I mean? If you have a saboteur bitches in here like that, but Gene, for better luck of words, went on his podcast yesterday, and I do believe it was because of how can I say, a linear fashion of unfortunate events. So let's call it that. Thank you, fam. A linear fashion of unfortunate events. Is that fair? And based on that, based on that linear fashion of unprecedented, unthought of events transpiring, it led us in a little pickle yesterday, like I say, which Tisa tells us we running shit back. The black Harley Quinn had herself involved in. Now, I think this was a response because the bitch is scared. You understand what I'm saying? The bitch is scared. And I find it insulting almost to New York City in itself that one, this bitch can try to speak for New York City and this bitch has been here for 2 weeks. Bitch, don't you ever speak about New York City. You only been here 2 weeks. Sorry, Gene. Sorry, Gene. Bitch, don't you ever speak of New York City and you only been here 2 weeks and what New York City is saying and what the pulse of New York is. Bitch, we don't know you here. Where the fuck you been at? See, y'all bitches and a lot of y'all niggas get this shit confused. Y'all think because these little motherfuckers be in the chat rooms and all that shit or whatever. That's why, like, you see Brian Clifton. All right, Ryan came in here. First thing he did was write my Cash App. I fuck with him. I have conversations in the chat with Ryan, etc., etc., etc. There's another 3 or 4 other people that come in constant same way with me, right? I had some chick at the top of the thing. I said, yo, can you write my Cash App in here? She was the first person in here, right? Just speak what I'm saying. She purposely misspelled my Cash App 2 times. The third time I said, no, don't worry about it. She didn't want you to get no money. You understand what I'm saying? This is what it really boiled down to. They don't want niggas to get money in your own city. You understand what I'm saying? Nah, that ain't happening, G. That ain't happening. That ain't happening, B. I'm sorry. And Gene, you should already know that. This off the standard of the type of man that you are, you should already know that. Niggas ain't going for that. And they ain't going for this bitch either. I'm sorry. And like I said, I ain't gonna put my hands on the bitch. I ain't gonna touch her. You got my word on that one. All right? I will not touch her. I won't touch her. I won't touch her. She's safe. But at the same time, yeah, you know a little Spanish. Entonces, sabe, pana. Yo tenía el problema para las mujeres ahí, tú sabes. Estas mujeres son Dios y Dios, pan la boca, bonchinchero, bonchinchero, bonchinchero. Esa no viene ahí, tú sabes, ese problema, pero la policía ni más. Entonces, sabe, gordito. Ah, gordito. Esta no tan bueno, gordo. En ese problema, pero en Nuevo York, pero la gente en Nuevo York. Entonces, sabe, en la barrio. En la barrio, no Manhattan, en la barrio. Entonces, sabe, claro que sí. Manhattan, y yo que sé, se tan bueno. So, Gene, hopefully you got that. At one time you understood Spanish. I hope you still do. But, yeah, man. That's the issue. Está bom sincero. Se non sempre un Dio para un Dio. Ese es el problema. É mais problema por tuyo. No me. É por tuyo. No por Pop Daddy. É por tuyo. Então, sabe, el problema no Valencia. No, 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 no. La Palicia. No, 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 no. Ya, gordo. Gordo, gordo. Ya, problema. La problema. No, párate, yo no sé nada. Yo no sé nada. Anyway, listen, right? I don't give a fuck about the reports. I really don't. I don't give a rat's ass about it. I don't give a fuck shit about her as general as a person. I think she's a piece of shit. It's my personal opinion. I think she's a bitch. I think she's a demon lace bitch. I find it funny because it takes a lot for other women to call other women demons, which you should really be paying attention to. She's not very smart either, which I've noticed. She pretends like she's smart, but anybody can regurgitate some shit. Ubu, sit. Sit, Ubu, sit. You see what I'm saying? Ubu's gonna sit down. Anybody can, who the fuck can't regurgitate some shit? That's all the bitch really does. 95% of the reporting, if you pay attention, well, half of these motherfuckers listening, they ain't that bright anyway. They try to pretend, they go through life pretending they're intelligent. I can't stand somebody go through life pretending they're intelligent. That's the most dangerous motherfucker in the world. A motherfucker that pretends he's intelligent. Your intelligence equates to 2/4 or more of what the average motherfucker in the projects would know. You know what I'm saying? 2/4 more of what the average motherfucker in the projects would know. Nah, that's not the type of fucking intelligence I support or produce or induce. Anybody can regurgitate some shit. Fuck. I was talking about fucking a month before this shit started. I said they're gonna use Rule 4, they're gonna use Statute 404, 404B, and they're gonna use Rule 412 and 413. You understand what I'm saying? And play by play. That's what they use with those girls to try to establish something. Did they get the connection yet? I don't think so. There's a new guy that's testifying today. There's the links with the businesses or whatever. I know Tisa Tells don't know what the fuck she's talking about because she tried to make this one. How many remember, and I'm going to put it back up earlier. How many of y'all remember, Mace, I got to put you out there for a minute, all right? All right. Camo, what up? Let me put it out there for you real quick. So I think it was maybe like 2 years ago. And this was regarding yesterday's testimony about the businesses and all that. He's got all these multitudes of businesses, whatever. Every last one of these motherfuckers reporting on this shit, they would do the same goddamn thing if he wasn't up in court right now. They would not be most motherfuckers, including Grant Cadeau, many others, have multiple layered businesses. And those multiple layered businesses, most of the time, are not for tax write-offs or not for particularly so you can now F10C and shit like that or whatever, non-profit. Yeah, but there's churches doing that. Hell, what's the guy's name? He wouldn't even let the people down there in Texas, that white preacher. He wouldn't even let the people in there when it was flooding down there in Texas. And he had bought like a fucking Superdome or something like that. He was protected under taxes, had multitudes of businesses or whatever. Jerry Falwell, many of others have had multitudes of businesses, people that have been revered way higher than Puff and Echelon in society. You understand what I'm saying here? So if you take Reverend Jerry Falwell, you take a lot of these other business structures or whatever, what I'm saying is he got this accoutrement from white men. That's the point. So y'all want to make a nigga suffer over shit that white men do every fucking day, and it's kind of confusing to me. And I want to say something else too real quick here. If you are watching me, because I noticed that 3 vloggers now have tried to doppelgang shit that I've said. Stop repeating shit that I say a day or two before you do. Stop repeating shit that I say and pretending like it's your words or your language, because I'm going to start mentioning you motherfuckers and then I'm going to show up on you motherfuckers. Do you understand me? So for you motherfuckers is borrowing words, languages, borrowing other parts of my videos and then regurgitating, because I saw a nigga do that shit last night and I was like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna stay cool though, but I gotta mention it. You know what I'm saying? Because nigga, about 3/4 of your podcast last night was from listening to me. You understand what I'm saying? And your mans be over here. You understand what I'm saying? What you mean so, nigga? The fuck you mean so? The fuck you mean so? The fuck you mean so? Huh? What kind of sucker? I already know you a sucker, huh? How many times you had a cock in your mouth? I know you a sucker. I know you a sucker. The fuck you mean so? The fuck you mean so? Are you damn right I'm gonna be mad, nigga? You're a coward. You're a coward. That's why. Any motherfucker that call herself D-nice, you gotta be a coward. That's what women do. Women do shit like that. Women say, oh, you're mad. Mad girl. Is he mad girl? That's what niggas like you do. You understand what I'm saying? Get into who you really are, nigga. Get into who you really are, nigga. Oh, y'all, the single mom raised niggas then showed up with their keys. You were upset, bro. What you gonna do? You gonna come give me a hug, nigga, and calm me down, nigga? That's what you wanna do? I'm upset, nigga. You wanna come calm me down, give me a hug, you sweet ass nigga? Get the fuck out of my chat room, nigga. I don't fuck with people like you. I don't fuck with people like you. Any man that come in your chat room, they want to key with you, get rid of them automatically. And like I said, shut the fuck out. Shut the fuck out. And like I said, because the goofy niggas and started showing up. The goofy niggas always show up. That's why I don't fuck with those folks like that, you know? You can't. You can't. Because that's all they want to do is key, he all the time. You know what I'm saying? Most of them live on the girlfriend's fucking apartment in the projects there, don't you know? So anyway, long story short, let me go back to it because I don't do all that key, he, you know. I ain't with all that shit. I ain't with all that shit. All that key, and all that. Nigga, I'll shoot you, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, to be real with you. Like, I don't do all that key shit. You understand? So, like, you want key with somebody, go key with one of the girls or something like that. I'm not the nigga to key with niggas. I don't smile with niggas like that. I don't fuck with niggas like that. Nigga, I don't fucking like you generally. You know what I'm saying? It's who I am, you know? I'm trying to be cordial about shit, so shut the fuck up. Thank you. Jesus fucking Christ. Guys come in. Key. What kind of fucking sissy are you? You in my fucking chat room, boy. That's a fucking sissy. Nah, not somebody in the LBGT community, but that's a sissy. A key. The fuck is wrong with you guys? All these guys have been raised by fucking women, so they joke like women. That's why I fucking stay away. I swear to God to you. Like 90% of, I'm not even gonna say 90%, 70% of black dudes I stay the fuck away from because what I notice is they all act like women. They act like women. A shooter don't tell, no, the niggas you know don't do that. The niggas you know don't do that. The niggas in the background you're from don't do that. I'm not from your fucking background. That's the problem. You dumb motherfuckers sit around and you think that we all grew up the same. I did not fucking grow up like you. I don't hang with low budget street corner motherfuckers like you. I hung out with motherfuckers that were motherfucking organized. Do you understand the difference here? So if you want to hang out with them little street motherfuckers or whatever, I'm telling you this because you're telling me from a perspective of where you're fucking from. Here in my state invented the fucking gun. Did you know that? The first gun in motherfucking America was manufactured right here in New Haven, Connecticut. The first contracts, military contracts, were taking place in Hartford, Connecticut. You understand what I'm saying? To this day, we have over 62 gun manufacturers in this state. We have over 168 gun motherfucking ranges. You understand what I'm saying? So next time, take into court has somebody might have grown up or been reared, and especially in their development years, their later years, which is like 17, 18, 19, 20. Those are the years that really count. You understand what I'm saying? Go fuck your mother. He's a dummy. You see what I'm saying? These are dumb niggas. That's why I keep trying to tell you. Half of them niggas that are down there reporting they're dumb niggas pretending they're intelligent. They're not smart. I just told this stupid motherfucker he ain't even listening. Motherfucker, I grew up in a state that is fucking gun happy. We have laws here that are the same thing as stand your ground, and you're online talking about no. That's what we tell you here. I'm not in New York. Here I can tell you that. With the castle doctrine here, you walk in my house, only thing I gotta do is take 2 steps back. You keep walking, I blast your ass. No, here I can tell you that. So when you wondering if I'm telling you from some street corner criminal ass type shit, that's not the shit I was involved in. Make sure you keep that in your fucking mind. I don't come from no petty Eddie motherfuckers, nigga. We was making over hundred thousands of dollars. I made the front page of the fucking paper. I wasn't involved with no little small guys. You were involved with little small, sometime hustler ass motherfuckers that stood in front of the corner store and drunk liquor all fucking night. That's not the guys I was around. You understand? So when you talk to me, make sure you keep that in idle. And right after I finished that shit, I went right to bad boy. My whole life has never been around motherfuckers that do shit like that. Now, do I be around niggas like that? Yeah. Was I rocking with them doing the same thing? No. So I understand it, but I didn't participate with motherfuckers like that. You understand what I'm saying? So make sure you get that right. You go another nigga in here. How much was you getting for twerking? I don't know. How much was your mother getting for hooking? Black dude, right? Of course, black dude. You see what I'm saying? If you follow the pattern of black men, the only thing you're gonna find is like, it's Latin men too. You're gonna find four things, and 70% of them. One of them, every last one of them is bitch hungry. They go goo goo gaga over a bitch. I encourage most men, if you want to get at a nigga, send a bitch if he's black or Latin. Just send a bitch. You understand what I'm saying? She'll get the job done. Two, you know what I'm saying? They quick to defend bitches, and they'll insult another man, not even know if the bitch's claims are true or not. They'll just be real quick to defend. The third thing that you'll see from these niggas is they always got some homoerotic type of motherfucking gesture to point towards another man. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, instead of insulting you like, yo, nigga, that's why your nose look funny or some shit like that, right? The nigga will turn around and instead say the most homoerotic shit they can find to you, because this is what they're based in. These niggas are raised by women, most of them. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not even being raised by a woman, because at one point my mom was a single mom too, so I had to take that into court. But my mom had brothers, a shitload of them. You understand what I'm saying? I had cousins that had fathers. So I was always with them. My mother would, when we were growing up, my mother wouldn't even let us play with the girls. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you played with the girls too long, be like, no. You understand? So I grew up a lot different than a lot of these motherfuckers. You understand? So when you talk to me, understand that you're not talking to somebody that's a fucking carbon copy of you. You understand what I'm saying? Because I notice that's the mentality of most black and Latin dudes. Oh, he's just like me. No, we're not like each other. You're nothing fucking like me. You understand what I'm saying? And don't act like you're like me. Don't act like you know how to think. I don't think like you. Never have. So when you think, you hear the similarities in our voice, or maybe things that I put out or whatever, sometimes I speak in certain things on purpose. Because I know exactly what I'm fucking doing. But don't you ever fucking make the mistake and think we grew up. I didn't grow up where the fuck you grew up at. I wasn't around the type of people you grew up around. My mother probably doesn't speak like your mother. My father definitely didn't speak like your father. My family extended are probably more successful than your family. Stop with that fucking corner store 90s logic shit. That's not what I do. My nickname's professional for a fucking reason. You understand what I'm saying? And if you fucking pay attention, you would understand why. I'm very smart. Very smart. Why you think they kept me around bad boy for 17 fucking years and everybody let me come back around over and over and over because I was stupid? You ever seen any nigga that knows what they're gonna tell you? That's one of the smartest motherfuckers. You think he's stupid, but he's smart. And I'm a different type of smart. Smarter than you'll ever think. Motherfuckers know how to articulate bullshit. That's what happens because another gay nigga. You like boys, don't you? You've come in here so far, you talked about twerking. Then you came in here and asked me to take my hat off because you want to see my sexy face. You understand what I'm saying? Then you turned around and you threw another homoerotic term. And this is a black dude. His name calls himself Jeff Benzo. Do them boys you hang out with, your homies, do they know you be in other men's chats saying homoerotic things? You know what are we going to do? We're going to make a nice little video about you. And I'm going to make sure your friends catch it. Because they should know how much you like going into other men's chats repeatedly saying homoerotic things, because the pure simple fact in your heart of hearts, you really like boys. So we're going to set you on up. We're going to square you on up. All right, Jeff? Be on the lookout now. All right, be on the lookout. How many followers you got? You've been here for 4 years and got 45 followers. That's why you here. I got you. This nigga telling me I shake my butt. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these niggas? This is crazy, bro. Niggas talking about niggas look like DMX when they, yeah, he's got to get flagged. That is crazy. Now y'all see what I mean by black men. You can't count on them. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, I keep my distance, dog. I'm good with that. I'm good with that shit. I don't have nobody white come in here. Every now and then, some white dude will come in here and say nigga or some shit like that. Or every now and then, I have a white dude come in here have a different opinion as far as something I'm saying. But it never gets into some like homoerotic shit. What I find every time when there's some homoerotic, like fucking sentence or something like that written in my chat, it's always some black American dudes. Have y'all not noticed that? Like they do a lot of that. Like every time they come in, they say something that is homo, and that's what that's the best way I can put it. Homoerotic shit. Like they'll say something that's sexual or so. And it took me back to that video I just seen the other day of that black kid that had he literally sexually took advantage of this girl at one of the universities. I don't know if you guys saw. He's like 24 years old, right? And no, that's not a young nigga school. That's a homosexual school. I think a lot of these dudes, no, I do take it seriously because you got to understand these motherfuckers are going to become adults. See, that's what y'all don't understand, and a lot of things y'all leave out of the conversation. So, Jungle Brazi, I gotta disagree with you on that. No, 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 no. These little motherfuckers are gonna be around, and they'll be full-grown adults, 35, 40 years old, when I'm like 70 something. You understand what I'm saying? And then they'll have children that ain't about shit either because they was born into a world that wasn't about shit that didn't have no morals. See, what y'all understanding is real morals are getting replaced by fake morals. I think it's some devilish shit. Let me tell you what I mean. You'll find, and I think it's being conduced by men and women. I'll get back to Gene Dill's shit in a minute, but because we got love for Big Midwest, but I think niggas is trying to dupe Big Midwest, and we ain't gonna let that shit happen. You understand what I'm saying? You're not gonna use our homie to push some motherfucking California narrative here in New York City. You understand what I'm saying? Because I think niggas think like, no, don't say that. I think niggas think like everything okay. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, listen, man, y'all niggas is slow. Y'all niggas is slow as fuck, but I, you know what I mean? Whatever. Anyway, long story short, right? Let me say this the right way. You got a whole group. Yeah, the world is slow. I don't think it's the world slow. I think them niggas is slow. With the 2000 generation, there's no principle and moral. Yeah, but see, right now they trying to replace it with fake morals. So like a lot of people that you got down at the courthouse right now, whatever, they sitting down there and they trying to act like they give a fuck about women. Like that Tisa Tells bitch, she trying to act like she give a fuck about women. That bitch don't give a fuck about women. That bitch give a fuck about her views and likes. You understand what I'm saying? Because if that wasn't the case, you wouldn't have, if any bitch give a fuck about women's rights, they wouldn't have started with Cassie. Listen to any woman that sits around. Oh, vanity is a deep thing. Y'all don't know about vanity? Y'all leave that out. See, that's what I mean. Fake morals is replacing real morals. Real morals come from the Ten Commandments. Real morals come from God's doctrine. Real morals come from scripture in the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? Fourth morals shouldn't be on here motherfucking gossiping. You understand? That's why I never sit up here because sometimes my shit could teeter and muddle the line between gossip and I get it. But at the same time, it's just my doctrine and my opinion at the most. So these fake morals and these people that are carrying these fake morals to replace the old morals, which in Condestin is basically a reprogramming structure that's gone broad. I mean, internationally after the period that we had to wear masks for 2 years. If you understand, I don't like to say that shit like that too much. But that period that we had in history, we had to wear masks for 2 years. It was a restructuring period, and half of that restructuring period included all the races, and there was some unilateral goals, and then there was some separate goals. The unilateral goal was to get everybody reprogrammed slowly but surely as they reassess themselves back into society. You don't know what I mean, right? Well, basically, we've now got a generation of kids that are the first set of kids that have learned from remote learning. We got the first set of kids that have learned in this generation, in this eon, that there needs to be a new form of training moving into this new eon. So what they did was it started hitting the young kids because what they're figuring and they're hoping is the older generation, what was it, the boomer generation, and then soon after that, the X generation, which will replace that generation, specifically the older X generation versus the younger X generation, which is closer to millennials. So now you got a structure, and some people will understand it, some people don't. It depends on if you understand structure of society and infrastructure of society. When you have people, and it's been historically proven, whether it was the church now being replaced by government, when the church at one time ran everything, you always have a new set of rules put in place. Now, what they've taught people is to reach and look at things that are surface versus digging deeper into where these things come from. And where it comes from is convenience. See, you got the convenience of going online and Googling some shit and then projecting to the world that you're intelligent, but in reality, you're not intelligent. You're just a motherfucker that knows how to type and hit search real good. You see what I mean? That could be very, very, very confusing. You understand? Because now you're putting somebody up in the world that's basically an automated extension of a fucking computer program. This is not a person that's actually using their wits and everything else. Meaning like this. If you took a computer away from this motherfucker and you told them, okay, go ahead and change that tire, there's a good chance that 60% of them, without the assistance of a YouTube video, couldn't commit and change that tire at an efficient rate anyway. That's what I mean. You're building with these fake morals and these new directives internationally. Like I said, multiple races, both genders, everybody's inclusive of this if you're susceptible to it. If you're not susceptible to it, you're people like me. And people like me tend to get hated. People like me tend not to make much money. But people like me understand this very well because I used to, promote albums. And I know let me put it this way, the psychology that goes into promoting an album. When you promote an album, it's really psychological. It really is, to an extent that you wouldn't even understand. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't want you to understand, to be honest with you, because the formula has changed. But back then, and it's still pretty much the same, but it was a different formula. You got people now that are in the black race, and it was very funny how the judicial system is allowing them to be there at that courtroom to do so. The ones that they particularly see and got their eye on that stick out, including old loudmouth ass Tisa Tells. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I know you think that Gene's credentials keep you safe, but no, they don't, baby. No, they don't. Not at all. Well, it's past credentials, I say. Respectfully, Gene. I know that's what you're betting on and vowing on. Now, that gets you in late. That might even get you extra eye on her. You know what I mean? But protection? No. Why would they particularly protect a YouTuber? A YouTuber that goes out in front of their courtroom and disrespects the courtroom area every day with her loud, obnoxious, screeching voice, with her presumptuous tones, and more factually enough, today when the cocksucking bitch turned around, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Especially today when this chick turns around and she says, the whole New York is feeling, that Diddy's guilty. I said, bitch, who the fuck are you to speak for New York, you California hoe? You don't speak for New York City. There's bitches out there from New York right now. Excuse me, lady. I don't mean call y'all bitches. There's chicks out there from New York right now. Who the fuck speaking for them? Oh, nobody won't speak for them because they ain't cute and light skinned. Uh-huh. Don't nobody want to speak for them because they ain't cute and light skinned. Uh-huh. Nika Knight was out there. Nobody want to speak for Nika Knight because she ain't light skinned. Uh-huh. Nobody want to deliver and say to Nika Knight, the queen, or any of the other black girls down there in Queens or whatever. I keep trying to tell y'all this colorism shit run deep with blacks and Latinos. Y'all don't fucking know. They've historically always done this shit. Crown a light-skinned motherfucker. Have you ever seen a nigga they replaced for the NAACP? Huh? You ever seen that nigga? Go look at the nigga that was the president for the NAACP. You'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. They always put a light-skinned face there. Why? Because their longevity goal is to have white folks like it. That's why. That's why. And I learned them words, and I learned that direction from a man in Harlem on the east side that was involved very much with the nations of gods and earth that taught me that a long motherfucking time ago. And you don't know the lengths that a nigga will go. You can't understand the depravity that they will enter and go through to be accepted by whites. The same whites that I live around in this state and motherfucking with the dinners and weddings and funerals and dated their cousins and everything. The same people they're trying to impress, I've lived around all my fucking life. That's how I know. Some of these niggas that go out to impress white people, they never been around white people. They never even gone to dinner with somebody white. Their totality and interaction will usually last a couple of hours out of the month, a work environment, something like that. But you're not friends. You don't have white friends. You have people that you might yell at the job. Hey, how you doing, Joe? That casual interaction. But it's not like growing up around them, going out on their boats. You understand what I'm saying? Driving their boats. And I've been doing this shit since I was fucking a kid. I've always had fucking Italian, white, Greek friends in all the different cities that I've lived in. You understand? And I know a ton of other black people, and not only in this state, but in other states that have too. And some of them are my cousins. So that's why I emphasize even more. I know, Nick, listen, I know people that live in New York that never even seen a fucking dishwasher. Okay? They never even seen a fucking dishwasher. No offense to anybody, but you know what the fuck I'm talking about. So what I'm saying is this. Don't y'all allow no bitch, and I'm sending out the horn, okay? Respectfully, Gene, just like you did. I'm sending out the horn. We ain't letting no bitch that's only been here for 2 fucking weeks say what's what and motherfucking speak for New York City and how New York people are thinking and feeling. Bitch, I don't give a fuck who down at that fucking courthouse. Anybody that hops off the train from the N, the R, the Q, the 2, 5, whatever the fuck else, gonna come down to that motherfucker from different boroughs or whatever. And they might say that shit and act like they're acting down there at that courthouse. But when they go back home, they stopping at the local motherfucking Jamaican restaurant. They're getting some oxtails. They're gonna sit there, eat that motherfucker with their fingers, got fucking sauce hanging all off their hands or whatever. And they sitting on the front stoop with a Guinness, talking about, Lord, I don't know what, I'll go on, da. You know why? Because they're going to revert back into the motherfuckers they are as soon as they hit that neighborhood. And when they get home, they might not be thinking the same way. Most of the motherfuckers that are coming down in that courtroom, they want to be seen. Just like Davin Lewis was 8 months ago. Let's not forget this guy right here. Before any of these motherfuckers that are down there at that courtroom right now, and I dare any of them to challenge me on them, I was there. And I've been there consistently up until the fuck nigga shit started that I predicted. And now other motherfuckers are trying to ride on the coattail and act like they predicted. Nah, nigga, you ain't got video the first. See, let me tell y'all something. If a motherfucker tell you they said something just like Tisa tells, she's like, I was the first one to break. When that bitch said that shit today, I said, here she go lying again. The bitch said she was the first one to break. That Diddy had some lawsuits coming up. Now, how many people in the motherfucking chat room agree with that? That's what the bitch said today. The bitch said, I was the first one to break the story to the masses that Diddy was getting sued and all this stuff by Cassie. That's what she said today. How many people agree with that in the chat room? I just want to know how many people agree that Tisa Tells exclusively and by herself was the motherfucker that broke the Diddy story about him getting sued, him getting arrested, him getting raided, any of that shit. She said she was the bitch that broke it today. This is what I'm gonna go with. Now, Gene, tell me if you stick with this. Tell me if you stick with this now, Gene. Huh? Because this is around the time the nigga that you was moving around, going to every motherfucking vlog and shit like that, talking to motherfuckers. You understand? Gloria Talley said the same thing. This is around the time, if y'all know the stories, you know what I'm saying? Because we've been here for a long time. I've been here for 5 years. If you know the stories, Gene was running around talking at this time. So, Gene, you would know for a fact this bitch wasn't the one that broke the story. Yet and still, your motherfucking words influenced this bitch to now think she's indestructible. Please let this bitch know she's not indestructible. I just told y'all 2 days ago on Sunday. What'd I say? I said that bitch act like it can't nothing. The worst thing to do is act like it can't happen. You understand what I'm saying? This bitch playing a real dangerous game in our city, dog, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It is way too much influence put on that. In what you say? I said when I saw Beaver as a kid that there was something wrong with him, and Diddy and everyone said, "Why is he a sex doll today?" Bitch, if you don't get the fuck out of here, what kind of drugs you on? Who sent you over here? You ain't even say hi. Listen, y'all. This is a nigga that want me to believe him, right? Nigga wrote it, Jace Justin Emerson. Y'all look at him. This is what I talk about with these men. Is he black? Yep, he's black. I keep trying to tell you something mentally wrong with these motherfuckers. Listen, I said this is what he randomly said. Now he didn't say hello. He didn't say how you doing, David Lewis. He didn't say nothing like that. He just came in and wrote this. I said when I saw Bieber as a kid that there's something wrong with him. And Diddy and everyone said, why? He is a sex doll to Diddy. I'm not saying anything. I'm promising you kids are scared. Y'all see this nutty motherfucker? Y'all see this nutty motherfucker what he wrote, right? Y'all see this nutty motherfucker? You a nutty white motherfucker too that grew up with a single mom. You ain't had no daddy. If you had a daddy, listen, we don't talk about absent motherfucker. Trump's a baby daddy. Trump's a baby daddy. You know that? He ain't with some of the bitches he had kids with either. Now get your poor white trash out of my motherfucking set. I ain't here trying to set up niggas. Oh yeah, I got to watch out for them. It's a whole bunch of white folks. We're gonna talk about them too. It's a whole bunch of white folks that trying to befriend black people so they'll talk shit. They can get black people to talk shit about Puff. That's the hustle now. You know what I'm saying? And then there's another set. I'm gonna put y'all on because a couple of y'all slow. Because y'all niggas want to be friends with everybody. I don't grin and smile with every fucking body. Fuck that. Fuck you. Listen, listen. Nigga, get the fuck out of my chat, nigga. Did you actually come back here? Get the fuck out of my chat, nigga. I don't give a fuck what you hate. Well, to be honest, a lot of them Disney kids do seem off. Yeah, a lot of them Disney kids do seem off. A lot of people seem off. A lot of regular motherfuckers seem off too. You know how many times I walk past black women in a day and they wait till they get right in my face and start talking loud on the cell phone so I'll pay attention to them? So it'll make it seem like subliminally I should pay more attention to them or they're the it girl. There's a lot of motherfucking chicks out here that are motherfucking regular as hell and pretend like they're regular and off their motherfucking meds factory. And then what they'll do is to counter that, they'll start talking shit about you. So I don't really be giving a fuck about that. But like crazy motherfuckers like that just came in here, that's Tisa Tales type crowd, in my opinion. Those are the see, more of the world, that's why I told about these fake morals. More of the world has become in the past 5 years conspiracy theorists than any other time in history. Any other time in history, even before Galileo, and even before all these great, wonderful people throughout history that were astrologers and scientists and everything like that. Right now, and in those periods, people spoke in theory. You understand what I'm saying? The world is round or the world is flat. It was theory based because you didn't have the utensils to prove it. Now that you have the utensils to prove somebody wrong, what they do is to counter that is they'll start making up something against you or they'll try to make you look like you silly amongst the crowd. It's called shaming tactics. They used to use them in Baptist churches and shit like that, and Catholic churches. They used to use it a lot, shaming tactics. And this is how they controlled people by the church before there was separate church and state. So basically, if you did something that was wrong by the church, they flogged you publicly. We had whipping posts here in Connecticut. So look those up. Connecticut whipping posts. We had them all throughout the state. So if you did something wrong, they had one by Yale, and this young black girl, she was the one that got it actually removed. You know what I'm saying? Public flogging and all that shit or whatever. Connecticut itself, I can speak for Connecticut and I can speak for New York. Connecticut itself didn't even have a jail system until they implemented the motherfucking, what's the name of property. So when women were dying or whatever, they didn't know who to they didn't know who to pass the property on to. So then they started getting jails because there was white men that would come in and they would marry these widows and take their property and then soon after divorce them. Oh, y'all never hear about that history of white men. Oh, white men been hustling in this country for years after widows and rich white women having inheritances and shit. Like, oh yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. We'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, but listen here, homie. We ain't in here talking about no fucking kids. That ain't the discussions I have in this motherfucker. So I'm looking at some other nigga named Jason Smith or whatever. Your shit got redacted anyway, but yeah, don't be in here my shit talking about no kids. This nigga in here talking about fuck Hollywood and kids and all that. Nah, we don't do them discussions here, man. I'm getting ready. You too. These niggas is slow. Yeah, 50 say he was writing Diddy's lyrics. Diddy had a whole bunch of writers. That's not a secret. Just like I was talking about yesterday. Tisa Tell's trying to pop out and was like, yeah, Diddy had all these multiple businesses, bitch. We been on that shit in New York. May said that shit on his channel like 2 years ago. Bitch, you slow. That's because you don't know New York. So why the fuck you on camera talking about, yo, the way New York and bitch, don't you ever speak how New Yorkers feel. Don't ever speak about how New Yorkers feel. And anybody that try to think you from California, you only been here 2 weeks. The fuck this bitch talking about? The bitch said on his, yo, Spit City, real talk. Go watch the bitches live. The bitch literally said 2 times the way people feel in New York City is Diddy's guilty already. I said, bitch, how the fuck you know? Where the fuck you been at in New York? Huh? And you only been here 2 weeks? I don't even think she been. I think tomorrow be 2 weeks. She been here. Talking about the way people in New York feel, then doubled down and tried to diss a chick that was from Brooklyn that was a native. Yeah, you say, yeah, I tuned in, she bugged out. I'm like, yo, are you serious right now, bitch? And I keep telling y'all, that bitch is fucking up. That bitch, listen, that bitch and her behavior is what's gonna have y'all. If y'all was smart, y'all all lash out against that bitch. That bitch and her behavior and the shit she's doing down at that courtroom is gonna have all y'all fucked up down there. And she's gonna fuck it up for people in New York, where people in New York can go down there. And then at that point, if she does that and it's put out that she was the reason behind it, Gene, it don't matter what the fuck you gonna do. You better put that bitch in the motherfucking backseat of a car and get her the fuck up out of there. Don't think she gonna hang outside with everybody else after that. Bro, Californians only speak on ourselves. Yo, listen, Jamal. What's going on, Amardell? Jamal, listen here, right? Let me keep it in perspective for you. Lil Durk, right? You will not find nothing but me having mentions of Lil Durk on my channel. Because why? I don't live in Chicago. Even though I got family that right there in Joliet that can put me up on everything. You understand what I'm saying? And niggas don't even know how deep. I heard a nigga say something about, I was like, son, you do not realize who the fuck our uncle was out there, huh? There was one girl, what's her name? I ain't said her name in so long. She from Chicago too. Wild ass bitch too. Me and her got into it one time. Now we cool as fuck. Oh, I'm cool with her any goddamn way. Um, Her name gonna come to my mind in a minute, but she a crazy ass bitch from Chicago. And she used to be over there with who she used to be over there with? I'm trying to think who she used to be over there with. It's been so long since some days on YouTube. It'll come to my mind in a minute. I ain't said her name in so fucking long, but she cool as fuck. You know who might even know Amar? What's Shorty's name from California? I mean not California, from Chicago. It's Cats. It might be Cat something. I ain't said that chick's name in so long. Cat something. It'll come to me in a minute. But Shorty from Chicago, she cool. Shout out to her. But I don't know what's going on in Chicago, so I ain't gonna talk about Chicago. Cat Medusa, that's who I'm talking about. That's why I said Ahmad Elder who I'm talking about. Cat Medusa, that's my bitch right there. Shout out to Cat Medusa. Wow, that Chicago bitch. That bitch just like I like to put Cat Medusa on her. You know what I'm saying? In real life, I put Cat right on her. You know what I mean? The integrity of our justice system hinges on our commitment to evidence over emotion and due to process of public opinion. Diddy is innocent until proven guilty. Let the process play out. But see, that's the problem, just the facts. This bitch, Tisa Tales, is not here for that. She thinks she's here because she thinks it's her moment. Yeah, cat off the hook. She thinks it's her moment, you see? And so for a narcissist, and that's what the bitch is. I don't know why y'all niggas don't see through that shit. Like I said, man, I like this be the perfect bitch to set a nigga up with. You know what I'm saying? She be the pro because a nigga would never see it coming. Because they be so impacted. The worst thing you could do as a man, unless that bitch is your wife, don't ever be incapacitated. Whip it out and helicopter it, daddy. Here go another nigga in here talking set. You see what I'm talking about, right? Are you black or white? See what I mean? Once again, these guys, man, yo, what's happening to dudes, man? Dudes don't come in saying other homoerotic shit to men, bro. That's crazy. Tisa riding coattails trying to punish and step on anyone and everyone to step herself up. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, the bitch, like y'all don't see through the bitch. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know why niggas don't see. That's why I was hurt yesterday when I heard Big Midwest. I said, Gene, you taking up for this bitch? You taking up for this bitch? And this bitch is outside from Harlem in front of the motherfucking courthouse. You taking up for this bitch? The fuck is going on here? She really does. She says she will be a CNN reporter. She claimed it in her live. Any fucking, let me tell you, let me put this out there because I know a whole bunch of them dudes. I've been working with these guys 2 years or so, or whatever. Let me tell you something about New York folks when they hire people. And I notice it's some of you major media guys because I notice a few of y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Stop talking about Diddy or shit. Who you talking to? Who you talking to? You talking to me? I know you ain't talking to me, homie. I know you ain't talking to me. Who you talking to? You talking to me? Come on, it only take a second. You talking to me? Who you talking to? Huh? Because I ain't never seen you before here. Who you talking to? Huh? These niggas be talking crazy. Niggas really be thinking I don't have nobody. That's funny. Your mother's a whore and an idiot. And you got a fake fucking profile. You got no picture in your shit. Come on. You want to scam me? Put your real picture in there, your real name. You ain't scamming me. You just telling me you a coward. That's what you telling me. I don't know. That's the way I think. You telling me you a coward. If a guy hides his face and hides his name and then comes in and be like, yo, hey, I'm talking to you. I'm looking at you like, yo, you probably like suck cocks from the back or something. I don't know. Like, I don't give a fuck about you. I really don't. And that's what I said. Listen, if you're a nigga or poor white trash, you're gonna find it very hard that it gets pierced through me. I don't think like you. I don't care about you. You understand what I'm saying? I can give a fuck less about you. You know what I mean? Like my boy saying Coney Island, fuck your life. The only person is, yeah, I hear you, Daniel. I hear you, Daniel. Daniel, you that's your boyfriend I just blocked. I'm gonna block you too. Let's make fun of Daniel real quick. Daniel's been here 1 year with 3 subscribers, so you're a professional troll. Again, another getting with no picture, no last name. Come on, y'all niggas is soft as a motherfucker, bro. Softer than baby ass. You know what I'm saying? Softer than baby ass. But you're right, homie. I ain't gonna do nothing, man. I want law enforcement, everybody know. I'm not gonna do nothing to these people. I swear God, Scout's honor. I ain't gonna do nothing to them. I'm an innocent bystander here being threatened, you know? But I will defend myself. That much I will assure you of. You understand that under the laws of my state, I will do so and can do so. And the laws of your state, I will make sure that I stay applicable to those laws. And y'all know what the fuck I mean. So if they keep coming in here threatening me and you hear me say something back to them because they're threatening me, just keep in order. And I didn't start my live or threatening motherfuckers. In fact, I said very opposite. I said, yo, nobody's going to do nothing to this bitch under my arm. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to talk about the bitch, though. And I don't like the bitch. And I'm going to continue talking about this bitch. And nobody's going to stop me from talking about this bitch because this is our fucking New York City tri-state. And I know some people want to deviate from that from opportunity's sake or whatever the fuck else. That's cool. You do you, homie. But you're not going to tell me how to fucking go after this fucking whore. This bitch is not, excuse me, this fucking bitch. This bitch is not from New York and she's sitting up here talking about what New Yorkers stink. And niggas is giving her the okay for that shit. Nah, son. Nah, I know some niggas that disagree with that. I know some niggas that disagree with that. And then niggas just want to bring out soldiers for the, like, who the fuck is this bitch? The niggas want to bring out soldiers for a bitch that's from California in New York, speaking on New York business, talking about how New Yorkers stink and this bitch ain't from here. I swear to God, when she says that shit, everybody turns around and looks at her like, this bitch ain't even from New York. How the fuck she speaking on how we think? For what? He don't need no black lawyers. The jury is mostly white. Why you need black lawyers for? Ain't about black lawyers, ain't about white lawyers. It's about what is the good lawyer. Is who's a good lawyer. You know what I mean? Him and Mark Garagos, for example, this is something Tisa Tells didn't understand. She was trying to explain it. She was like, and he pulled out the seat for Tenny Garagos. And I was like, oh my God. Let me show you how quickly break this bitch down. On one of her lives, she said, and Puff, he appeared to pull out the seat for Tenny Garagos. And that's one of Puff's lawyers, Tenny Garagos, right? Now, Tenny Garagos is the daughter of Mark Garagos. Mark Garagos himself has said publicly several times that him and Puff, and I know it, we know it, but several times that him and Puff are friends. And they've been friends. He knows Puff from going back, like, I think 20, 25 years ago. There's your answer. But see, since you wasn't here, once again, like I said, Big Midwest, Gene Dill, the bitch don't understand. She had to be there. She had to be there. You understand what I'm saying? I heard this bitch try to say Harvey Pierre's name one day, and she was calling him Harvey Pierre. Once again, Gene Deal, you had to be there. You understand what I'm saying? The last time I was in Daddy's house recording studio, I was in there with Flo, motherfucking Harvey Pierre, and Black Rob. That was the last time I ever saw Black Rob. Last time I ever saw Black Rob. The time before that, the last time I saw Black Rob was in Hartford, and he was performing with, this is crazy, Chinks Drugs. This is a fact. And that video and that picture is still on my old social media. I'm gonna go through there and I'm gonna get it because I took pictures with Black that night. So yeah, man. Big got killed in California, dog. You was there when Big got killed. You're one of the most monumental motherfuckers we got left in New York City. And he don't understand that. And you ain't even in NY no more. You only here because of this shit. You understand what I'm saying? But as far as that history, as far as that grip or whatever, you one of the niggas need to sit down with. You know what I'm talking about, how niggas sat down with Pee Wee, how niggas sat down with other, you know what I'm talking about. Like, I ain't gotta say it too much because these niggas are a little too nosy. But you know what I'm talking about. You want them not last, but you like in the next set of tier niggas that niggas need to sit down with. You know what I mean? So it's like, I hear niggas like that caliber who know this dirt to go on in California. You know better than anybody how them niggas do niggas out there. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you sitting up there holding up and protecting a bitch from California over here for what? And she out here talking dirt about ours? Like, my nigga, they'd never do that about theirs. You think niggas is gonna sit up online and talk dirty about Nipsey Hussle? Nah, the sucker niggas will, but the real niggas, they'll uphold that. You think niggas gonna talk real flashy and slick about Big U out there and they New York bloggers going to California? Nah. And I want some of you New York bloggers that can afford the trip. I want a Big U shit start. I want y'all to go out there and I want y'all to report if y'all got any fucking problems. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's going. I'm talking about if a nigga try to rob you, nigga try to take your chain, nigga try to extort you. Because this is all the shit that always come up when we talk about going from New Yorkers going to California versus Californians coming to New York feeling real fucking comfortable. And got niggas speaking out for them. Like, I ain't feeling that shit, man. I'm sorry, Big Midwest. We love you, man, but I ain't feeling that shit, dog. There shouldn't be no troopers out for this bitch. This bitch food. Just like you be food. Just like Big was food. Just like Pop Smoke was food. I ain't saying do nothing to him. I'm just saying that fuck all that special treatment shit. Fuck why niggas ain't get Big special treatment, nigga. And he was with you. You was the last one to see him. So I think if anybody understood, Big Midwest would understand. Fuck that California's trash shit, man. That bitch is California trash. She ain't even stand up California. That's a California Malibu wannabe Barbie fake ass bitch, and you gonna find that out. So just like you told Puff back in them days, you said, Puff, I don't think it's a good idea for us going out here. I'm telling you now, maybe you need to hear my advice. I don't think it's a good idea you linking up with this bitch. It's gonna backfire on you. And I ain't talking about the concrete. PMB too. I forgot about PMB Rock. They killed that nigga while he was with his bitch eating pancakes and shit. I mean, eating waffles and shit, dog. You understand what I'm saying? Diddy's jury includes an investor, analyst, a deli worker, a professor, social worker. I know who would do. How many are black? Why do it matter? If you listen, you keep depending on black people. Let me tell you something. Let me say this, and I'm gonna go back to the gene shit I'm saying. I'm sitting here and telling you a story, and in every situation in the stories that I'm talking about, whether it's Big, PMB, Rock, whether it's Pop Smoke, right? A nigga killed him. And you sitting up there talking about how come it ain't more black people on the jury? Right now, we got at least, and from my count, it was 27 of the motherfuckers. 27 to 28 different bloggers down. That's ironic. That's what I got in my chat right now. I mean, my likes. 27 or so bloggers down there right now, if not more, that are African American. And every last one of them are in linear fashion with their story. Don't none of them deviate from their story. It's maybe like 6 or 7 of them that'll be different. They'll be like, yo, this is what I think, this is what this is what that is, or whatever. But majority of them are novices, meaning they ain't been on YouTube for a long time, whatever the case may be. and a whole bunch of other shit. So it's like for me, when I see shit like that going on or whatever, whatever, and I hear the vibration of the people out there, especially the loudest voices. It's not that Tisa Tells is popular. It's just she got a loud, corny, and she sounds like a doofy ass airhead white bitch. And some of America, they like that. They like a bitch that sound dumb. A dumb bitch is not a threat. That's what she don't get. You're a dumb bitch, so you're not a threat. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all can paint the bitch as being all articulate and what you want to. I don't take necessarily. I listen to the niggas that are saying that she's intelligent. A lot of times you'll know if somebody's truly intelligent if you just listen to the niggas that are saying that she's intelligent. You understand what I'm saying? So, for example, if you see a whole bunch of dumb niggas saying this bitch is intelligent, you understand what I'm saying? Then you already know. And I ain't trying to talk about Gene. I'm just talking about in general. You hear a whole bunch of followers and subscribers of her talking about this dumb bitch is dumb. I mean, smart, and y'all know the shit that she's saying is basic or just goofy. You already know from the get go, now this is a goofy ass bitch, and I'm not rocking with this shit. The fuck? So it set me today. One, I'm gonna talk about Gene Dill's video again. Gene Dill put up a video last night talking about that this bitch was under protection. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Real talk. That's how much my hate is with this bitch. I don't like this bitch. You understand what I'm saying? And I know where it's going to lead to, just like I predicted everything else. How many people remember it? I hope Ahmad L and a couple others are here. I remember when that shit happened with me and that girl, and in the video on Myra Gaines' page now, and all that shit or whatever, right? Y'all remember when all that shit happened, right? And I told y'all at that moment, I said, nah, I'm gonna take a little break from this shit because I see this shit going somewhere else, and I feel like I was already Gucci down there. Like a lot of niggas are trying to copy my style and project it on camera, but nah, nigga, you ain't me. See, I was up on that 3 weeks ago. I switched it up 5 times after that. So you know what I'm saying? Like, trust me when thank you, Amar. You understand what I'm talking about? I said, yo, I ain't coming back down here no more. Plus, I was spending my own bread, and all these other bloggers is getting donations and all that shit. And these niggas just showed up, like literally either the day the trial started or the day after the trial started, getting way more support than I was getting. I was like, yo, that is crazy. And these niggas, most of them are from out of town. You got people from down south, out there, everywhere. Some people, this is their first time ever in New York City. They don't know New York. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there and I'm listening or whatever, right? And I'm thinking, thank you, Amar. He said, I remember all that. Thank you, Amar. He said, I remember all that. And I said, yo, you know what? I'm not coming down here no more. So I stopped coming down there for a minute. I went down there, one little shake, did one joint or whatever. I'll show back up. You know what I'm saying? It's puff. I'm gonna have to show back up. But other than that, nah, I predicted all that shit happening. You understand what I'm saying? I was on only your live too, and that woman engaged you. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Deborah. Deborah, thank you again too for coming in here and telling me about the shit that happened yesterday. So, Deborah, you remember, because Deborah been here for a while now. Deborah been here for a few months now. She remembered too. And I said that shit. Now there's other YouTubers, Deborah. It was two particular YouTubers I caught last night trying to regurgitate the shit that I have said for the past 2 weeks, a week. Now they trying to catch up. That's what I try to tell you. Like, a lot of these niggas, they be slow as fuck. If you would have listened 2 weeks ago to me, you wouldn't have went back down there then. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know when certain people and certain personalities show up, they bring a certain type of energy with them. And I hate to say it, and I'm gonna say it again. I really truthfully believe if Jaguar Wright wouldn't have shown up in the fashion that she showed up, that after that, you wouldn't have got the rest of the motherfuckers. See, Jaguar's presence, I guess, with some people, is so great because of the things she says or whatever. And I'm not dissing her. It's not a diss. But her presence, and she was only there for one day. The next day, here come the Tisa Tells bitch, which is odd to me because the next day, literally, here come the Tisa Tells bitch, and she walking through with Lil Rod. Yesterday, when she walked in the camera of Denot's video, she was in front. She was walking with Lil Rod's lawyer. That's what they said. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she got out there, and then all of a sudden, all these niggas wanted to get out there. All the niggas wanted to get out there. And so the next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, this started becoming hell out there. You understand what I'm saying? Like, literally. People like Ahmad that y'all see in the chat room, Deborah, they agreeing with because they see me. You know what I'm saying? There at the time of streaming. But I've been doing this for 8 months. The only person that can validate that the most is Ahmad L. Because he's been here through like most of the ones I was doing. That means the arraignments Puff had, the hearings, they were trying to get him bail. I was at all that shit. And there was nobody down there. And that's why I hate when some dude said this last night. He was like, yo, was nobody, nigga, you wasn't down there 8 months ago. Respectfully. And I do mean that, respectfully. But nigga, you wasn't down there 8 months ago. So don't copy my words and be like, oh, these people wasn't. No, nigga, I told you 2 weeks ago, get your monkey ass the fuck out the way over there. Now, at least him, he got smart. And the other one, he got smart too, that I be keeping my eye on. When I say the shit about California, I don't mean bad shit about California. What I mean is there was a gentleman, they haven't been outside for every case and issue. Jonathan Majors, Trump Tower, etc. Thank you very much. I just did a joint over there the other day. So when thank you, Ahmad. And Ahmad, most of the time, they donated to me to make it possible. Y'all need to give Ahmad L more motherfucking praise than y'all do, because for the niggas that don't motherfucking, what's the name, donate to me, that nigga kept me going. Kept me going. And I always, he know I'm 100 with my shit, because I say, yo, listen, I want to do this today. If y'all want to do this, let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Hit the motherfucking Cash App or whatever. He knows from history with me. He know that, the old girl know that, all that. As soon as y'all donate, boom, all right, we on it. Let's go. I don't sit around wasting no time with nigga. I don't sit around and be like, all right, them niggas donated to me. Let me go and have me a steak dinner. No, last time I didn't even go out to eat for my birthday, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I went to people's homes to eat. You understand what I'm saying? They were friends of mine, my Honduran friends, Dominican friends, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Oh, let me stop. In one Cuban household, a family. Let me stop before I get some trouble. But you know, other than that, like, you know what I'm saying? My life is simple, nigga. I don't buy new fly clothes and shit like that or whatever with my cash apps. You got people that get on the joint down at the courthouse, which was very amusing to me because they only been there for like 2 weeks. I heard one nigga say, I'll slap you with $100 bill. That's what the nigga Mom Wiggins said to the chick. The bitch Tisa Tell says she'll give somebody $10,000 if they can prove that she gave out some information about the witness and shit. Like, it's a whole bunch of fuck shit nigga shit going on down there. But do you hear the numbers? $1,000, $10,000, whatever. The average motherfucker here on YouTube don't make a lot, man. Really don't. My page, as y'all can see, is monetized. I got products on my shit, but the average of us, we don't make that much money. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy to me how this bitch can come from California, have everything set up for her by niggas, and now niggas is advocating for her on a channel and shit. I'm like, why you taking up for this bitch for? And you know this shit real because a nigga asked the question in his chat, and I seen it. Nigga asked, he said, yo, how come Jaguar Wright going after the bitch there? Talk about the Tisa Tells hoe. And he was like, well, Jaguar, that nigga couldn't answer that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So, nigga, if I don't like the bitch, Jag don't really care for me. I don't care for Jag all that much, I guess. I don't know. But, you know, she had to clear that up. However it go, the point is you got two motherfuckers that are reputable, and they telling you, yo, something up with this bitch. And you still ain't listening, nigga? Come on, nigga. God damn. Think about the same time you told Puff, yo, I don't think it's a good idea for us to go out here to California. Nigga, they killed Big in California. And now you adorning a bitch from California as the queen of New York, and his girls from Harlem on the east side sit down there at the courtroom. Yo, big man, what? You gotta explain that to us, dog. What's going on? What's going on, family? Because that shit sound odd as fuck to me, dog. That bitch ain't got no right. Got this bitch pumped up. Y'all done put a battery. Y'all gonna get her fucked up. I'm telling you, you gonna get her fucked up. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you, dude. Somebody gonna fuck her up. I'm trying to tell you. And you know how I know somebody gonna fuck her up? Because she's looked at now in the reputation. See, what happens is all them bitches is going around telling her she don't realize it. She don't know how New York chicks move. Or she thinks she do, and she is equating it to the same way where she from. She thinking all them bitches out there that's saying, you're so pretty, they really mean it. You understand what I'm saying? But if you know, like, the east side of Harlem, you know, the west side especially, you know, the Bronx, when them bitches, and Brooklyn too, a little bit, but Brooklyn bitches is bringing to you, but like, them bitches though, in them other three boroughs, those other three sections I just named, them bitches do it differently. Them bitches will sit around you for like think of Selena and that bitch that shot Selena, right? That's how them bitches are. They'll sit around you, they'll tell you, oh, you're pretty, girl, you're pretty. And then when the moment right, bam, bitch, let me show you how I really feel. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you. She don't get that. She's slow. So it's like she putting all that California logic and she trying to hang out there in front of the courthouse and act like she the top tier bitch and everybody's watching after her, whatever, whatever, whatever. And I'm like, who is this bitch? Oh, I get it. Niggas is pussy struck. Ladies, y'all all in here, and I say this respectfully for all the ladies that's in here. Y'all done all met a man that was pussy struck. Let me explain. Let me explain. This is a nigga that meets you on Tuesday, right? And by Thursday, he want to marry you because he want that vajay. You understand what I'm saying? Now it's a shake of the dice if your vajay is like sunshine when it's thrown up in the air, or your vajay is trash. You understand what I'm saying? But this is the marathon, nigga. You following me? So you get this group of other niggas that teach the younger niggas to be the same thing. Be a simp nigga, man. Only thing you got to do. This is how I go. I'm trying to give you all the game. If you don't want to listen to me, you don't have to fucking listen to me. Men that haven't been raised by other men or men that come in contact with bad men, you understand what I'm saying? Or there's men that get raised by niggas in the street. Listen to what I'm saying here. Men that get raised by niggas in the street usually get raised by niggas that influencing them that are from the projects, had bad backgrounds and stuff. Their dad wasn't around, there wasn't no men around, so some men taught them how to be men. I'm not talking about all the projects is bad. What I'm trying to tell you is there's some fathers in the projects, but them fathers even got a motherfucking problem fighting an uphill battle because of all the elements that are around them. So even if you're a single father in them housing projects, it's still hard for you to navigate through that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Without your kid being a strong-minded kid. Your kid almost has to be a goddamn adult to maneuver through those motherfucking situations. I done hung in projects. I done been around people that have been in projects for 2-3 generations in some factors. You understand what I'm saying? And I never grew up in any of that, but I understand the mentality and I understand these people and I know how to approach them, deal with them, and I always have for some miracle reason or another. My point is this. When you get these men that were influenced by street men, and that's the majority of a lot of the men that you girls are getting to date, or you get men that were raised by men, right, that have ill-gotten values, like, yo, man, all thing you gotta do is get a couple $100 up, and then them bitches gonna come. You know what I'm saying? If you build it, the hoes will come. You know, them type of niggas. Like, if you get them type of niggas. And then you get the men with good fathers. And that's the one many times y'all overlook. The men with good fathers is the ones that y'all should be going after. And I keep telling you that. That's why y'all bitches get more and more and more and more mad each time your dating cycle comes around here because of the pure simple fact the guys that you're meeting guys that have their influence from men from the street, men from prison, rappers that are negative rappers and shit like that. This is who's mentally raising these dudes. And then on the opposite end of it, you got women that are being influenced by motherfuckers from Love and Hip Hop, women that are being influenced by Sexy Red and Glorilla and all these other trifling ass bitches. How could you be influenced by a bitch that didn't have a one STD but two of them at the same goddamn time? Shit. Mardell said my father was my best friend until he passed. There you go. There you go. And Mardell, how bad am I explaining that men, especially men of color, are so sexually and it's a lot of the women's fault too. Let me tell y'all women something. If y'all want to avoid the world going into chaos, start fucking again. You gotta start fucking normal dudes. If y'all don't want the world to be in listen to me very carefully. If you don't want the world to be in chaos in the next 5 or 10 years, start fucking men again and start fucking normal dudes. You don't even have to be the boyfriend. Use a condom. But trust me on this. There's a new statistic out that men are addicted to porn based on the lack of sex they've been having. The average man walks around and has not had sex in over a year. Now you say, well, where do I fall into the category? Well, historically, the J has ended wars. Historically, fucking has interrupted catastrophes. And historically, women have set precedents to be reasonings to end wars or battles. Historically, women have always been the conduit, if you want to say, for better times. And those better times usually come through joy. When you see men after the battle, what are they doing? They're drinking ale and dancing with the merry whores that frequent the place. Bring me a beer and whores. That's what they always say after their victories, don't they? No offense, ladies. This is what the men we say. You look at Viking movies, you look at English Britannia movies, you look at based on that historic or whatever. Fuck, even if you look at Thor, you understand what I'm saying? What were they doing? They were celebrating. Bring us ale and whores. You understand what I'm saying? You ask dudes in the fucking 2000s and 30, they say, where'd you spend the money on? Oh, I spent most of the money on licking whores. The buxom, bring me the buxom witches and let us have our way with them. We will mount them and have merry times. You know what I'm saying? So, women fucking is paramount to society, keeping this motherfucking head on. And I do believe the reason you got a lot of these niggas out here with all these weird ideas and all these weird factions and all these weird support engines or whatever is because of the lack of pussy out here. And let me explain. The average nigga, where this bitch got it fucked up at. Listen, I've been around, including Cassie, a lot of beautiful women. If y'all don't know, I worked for Bad Boy Entertainment for over 17 years. I've improved this a million times. Most people know me that, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't no explain no more. I ain't got to do that no more. Now, my point is, throughout that 17 years, I met some beautiful ass fucking women. I've showed y'all multiple. One nigga came in here and said, just because you got a picture with one pretty woman don't mean that. I said, nigga, I got pictures with multiple beautiful fucking women. What the fuck are you talking about? I show niggas multiple pictures with multiple different bitches. You understand what I'm saying? Some of them bitches, yes, I fucked them. You understand what I'm saying? So if that answers your question, if that's what you was wondering, yes, I fucked the bitch. Excuse my French. But anyway, like, I ain't mean to say it like that, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't by force. It was by her motherfucking want. You know what I'm saying? Every time. I ain't never, ever, we can get that the fuck out of the way. I ain't never. So, and I don't, and any nigga that did, like, I can't fuck with you. Like, I be, if you puff, I don't give a fuck who you are. I can't fuck with you no more. All right, cool. Anyway, what was I at, man? Because I just went off the scene. Anyway, chicks historically have always been able to quell things. And being the fact that these men are now addicted to porn and they're not having sex, and the average woman says, well, I need a dude that makes 72,000 or more a year to serve my interests and buy me what I want, and then he can get some for Jay. You ladies are fucking up society. You're fucking up society. You're making some, see, when a man don't have sex or whatever, let's put it in perspective. The average woman can't whoop my ass. Not if I don't want you to. You cannot whoop my ass. In fact, it's going to be some point where I'm going to get so pumped with whatever that I'm going to really start doing something to you if it's a man and a woman. We're talking about in the aspect of 100 men versus a gorilla and shit like that. I'm going to physically overburden you. You understand what I'm saying? I saw a boxing match they had there set up, and it was two women versus one dude. Did anybody see that? And the white dude, and the dude knocked both of them bitches out. Them bitches submitted, and they had gloves and guards on and shit like that. He knocked both of them bitches out. And I've seen multiple ones like that. I saw one with an Asian dude. They put 3 girls against him, and he knocked all 3 of them bitches out in under 40 seconds. 3 bitches, 40 seconds. I said, I need this nigga to train me. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, long story short, my point is, you can't physically beat men most of the time. So men, this dominance thing that these women want, and these men that want to help these women achieve these dominance over men, is odd to me. I ain't never met no niggas that say, yo, let's catapult a bitch just because she's a bitch. Like, I don't trust niggas like that. I saw that dude wipe them chicks out. Yeah. He washed them bitches. Like, you can't physically beat me. So this whole new thing where girls are running around popping in men's faces, like the shit that happened with Amon Wiggins, shit that happened with me down at that courthouse, I can't have that. You understand? Because there's going to be a point where I'm think you might, if you're reaching for me, like that bitch was reaching for Amon's face. So I'm thinking like if you keep reaching for me, now it's assault the moment you touch me. And now legally I can defend myself. You understand what I'm saying? And like the way I defend myself might not be the way you defend yourself. You see what I'm saying? So I don't need to be around there. So that's why I chose to exit there 2 weeks ago. And I said, nah, I'll be back. It just I just let the fuck nigga shit because I already know how the shit gonna go. And if y'all saw how I predicted it down at that courthouse, everything I said, word for word for word for word for play, happened just like that. I said something big gonna happen down there, and I can smell it. You know what I'm saying? I've always been good at that. I'm good at predicting things. So that's why I stay the fuck away from it. Because I'm like, for the sake of me and for the sake of what I know is going down, and here it is unfolding in front of my eyes yesterday, I said, let me stay the fuck away from there. As far as the women, though, the temperament and like I said, the sex thing, it remains the same because the women down there, every last one of them is seemingly attached to me too, and they don't like men. It is pretty much that gay, yay, vajay crowd. You know what I'm saying? And you group of toxic feminists mostly, and want to be lawyers, is trying to get your name out there and shit like that, trying to tell somebody, oh, you're wrong. I don't like bitches to say shit like that in public. You're wrong. You can use a different set of words. Well, actually, use that next time. Don't use, well, you're wrong in New York City. We take it as you're trying to be a smart ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't like nobody that ain't really an authority figure telling me, yo, well, you're wrong. I'm like, and keep repeatedly saying that same phrase. But if it was a white man, you wouldn't have that same temperament with that phrase. I don't like that shit. I always found a problem with that. And we'll wrap this up in a minute. If you ladies don't start, for the better sake of words, fucking these guys, you're going to end up in a world that's real fucking violent. If you continue on, add it on with your advocacy of yay, yay, vajay, and fuck men, and I don't need no man to do this and do that or whatever, you even going to even more so add on to the violence and heresy that goes on in the world. If you keep trying to emasculate these men, like some of you emasculate your sons, I find that so many times, like a lot of bitches in public, they be trying to emasculate men the same way they emasculate their sons. And I'm like, bitch, are you out of your mind? I will cuss you the fuck out as a woman. I don't give a fuck about you. Like, for real. I really don't. The moment you start disrespecting me, I'll let you even get 2 or 3 in. Like with Shorty, I'll let you get 2 or 3 in. Yeah, just look at the violent incels, dudes. Exactly. I'll let you get 2 or 3 in. But after that, I'm going in on you. I'm gonna start joking you. I'm gonna start. That's how I deal with it. I start joking you. I'll make fun of you, whatever, whatever. I ain't gotta put my hands on you. If you a stranger, I'm saying. But if you up in my face and you like you a stranger and you talking about you gonna do this, you gonna do that, you gonna get niggas to do this or that to me or whatever, whatever. Bitch, I'm shooting you first. Anybody, I learned that from my man Panda a long time ago. I saw him do some shit like that. Bitch said, yo, I'm gonna go get some niggas to fuck you up or whatever, whatever. So he pulled out his blade and cut that bitch in her leg. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, I saw, yo, why you do that? He said, yo, man, get that bitch first. She said she coming back with niggas. Get that bitch first. And I've always done that. So a bitch say, yo, I'm going to get some niggas for you. Or I get the protection that you got some niggas for me, whatever. Even before I get into it with them niggas, I'm getting you first. Because you set it up. At that point, all gloves are off if you're a female. I'm getting you first because you put my life in danger. I'm getting you first. So that's why I tell y'all fellas, if a bitch ever tell y'all, and I'm telling all the fellas out there, because these bitches be responsible for being getting killed and all kinds of other shit, save yourself. If a bitch say, I'm going to get some niggas right now to come back here and fuck you up, your job is to make sure that bitch don't make it off that site. You understand what I'm saying here? And you pay attention to exactly what I'm saying. Don't you put your life at risk. Anytime a bitch walk over you and tell you she's going to do something to you or have something done to you, at that point, it's a threat. Y'all watch that bitch right then and there. You want to act like a man at that point. That part, I definitely support when it comes to. Because a lot of these young dudes out here, and it doesn't get reported or get spoken on, y'all don't know how many men, and I'm talking about young Spanish and Latin men, have lost their lives because of bitches. I can tell you story after story. In Latin culture, it goes a lot with gangs, right? And so you'll have a dude and he's dating a chick or whatever, whatever, and the girl's brother or something like that is in a gang, or she may even be in the gang. You understand what I'm saying? And they don't approve a dude. They'll kill the nigga. Mexicans, Hondurans, they'll do it. Colombians, they'll kill that nigga. If you're a black Latino and you end up dating a white Latino. In some countries, them niggas will try to kill you, especially in Dominican Republic. Am I blind? Dominican Republic? Shit, this 9 years ago, they had a nigga they hung from a tree. That's why I always be laughing when niggas be like, yeah, I'm going down to DI. I was like, nigga, you don't even speak Spanish? You stupid. I love hearing niggas when they be telling me, like, yo, I'm going to a Latin American country and they don't speak no Spanish, yo. I'm like, yo, you stupid. You know what I mean? And then when I be trying to teach them Spanish, like a lot of black dudes, I've had black friends I've been trying to teach speak Spanish. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. Anyway, y'all ladies better start fucking these dudes. These dudes in the next 10 years, they're gonna start getting more and more violent. And that offspring that they're raising by themselves gonna get more and more violent. The only key conduit to it is lack of sex. See, these bitches don't want to use their real mind. There's a lot of colorism in that community. It's a lot of colorism when it comes to Tisa Tells. The majority of these niggas, they like that bitch because she's light skinned. That's what y'all not realizing. That's why I keep trying to point out to you. There's black girls down at that courthouse that are dark skinned, like Nick and Knight. I ain't gonna say Nick and Knight is dark skinned, but she's dark and she's pretty. She's not an ugly girl. You know what I'm saying? She'll look on the chubby side, but she's not an ugly girl. You know what I'm saying? I'll take it down. And you know what I'm saying? Probably before the Tisa Tells chick. Cause just imagine if Tisa Tells with that annoying ass voice, you hitting it or something. She's like, oh my God, this is like so whatever. Oh my God. I'm like, bitch, I know white bitches. If I want a white bitch, I go get the real thing. You know, I can't believe I just said that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that like that. Y'all know what I mean. I'm like, bitch, if I want a white bitch, I go get the real thing. I don't need a Tisa Tells. If I want a white bitch, I go get a white. I live in Connecticut. If I want a white chick, I go get me a fucking beautiful ass, fucking long haired Italian chick like I had before. My ex, one of my exes, her hair came down literally to her ass. You know what I'm saying? I used to stroke this bitch's hair when she was asleep to me, and her hair was so long. I could literally rub my hands through her hair and go all the way down to her ass, literally. And anybody that know who I'm talking about know I'm telling the truth. Her hair was long as hell. Even when the bitch cut it, it still came down to the top of her ass. And she had a fat ass. You know what I'm saying? Italian girl. So if I want a white chick, I go get one. I don't need a black chick to try to act like a white girl or a Spanish girl to try to act like a white girl. That shit is weird. Nika Knight is fine as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? With a little chocolate ass. And now the secret everybody know about me around here, what I've always said, including my daughter was. If I mess with a black girl, I like dark skin. I mean, I'm talking about black. Like I like a dark skin, pretty motherfucker. My daughter's mother literally looked like a little black, dark skinned angel. You understand what I'm saying? So it was what it was. I'm not your motherfucking unk, nigga. I'm not, listen, y'all got to get out of that hip hoppity shit. I was a rapper, nigga, and I'm still a musician. And y'all niggas sound dumb as fuck running around calling another man unk. Would you be in the prison calling another nigga unk? Huh? Because if you do, nigga, let me tell you something. He gonna Fleece Williams your ass. You know who Fleece Williams is? Here, take this cookie, nigga. Huh? Here, nigga, take these soups. You know what I'm saying? What I owe you? You don't owe me nothing. I'll tell you later. All right? Don't you ever go around here calling no grown ass man unk, nigga. How old's your mama? Huh? Because you got YOLO as your name, so I know you a young nigga. You'll bite me. Oh, you one of them other motherfuckers. You one of them sweet niggas, right? Yeah, only my niece and nephew call me. I don't know where y'all get that unk shit from, nigga. Like they really be trying to call you an old nigga when they say that shit. Like, nigga, I still fuck your bitch. Tell me I won't. Let me tell you something. These little young niggas get nervous as a motherfucker when I come in the bar. I be coming in the bar and shit in Brooklyn, Queens, shit like that. You know, the young niggas get mad as fuck because all the little young bitches be wanting to come talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I be at like, I'm not an old nigga, son. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know what you expect me to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to start dressing with what rayon sweaters and shit. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, right? But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it like this until it's time for me not to, you know what I'm saying? But like honestly and truthfully, most of the broads that try to talk to me and y'all done seen me would be between the ages of like 28 to like 42-ish, something like that. Yeah, OG is like a nigga that's 60 something. Like if I was 63 or something, I could be like, oh, okay, I get it. You call me OG. But niggas is like in their 30s, 40s, even early 50s and shit like that, you shouldn't be calling them niggas uncle unless your mama had a baby when she was a young bitch. That's what I always equate that shit to. That mean your mama was a hoe. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people's mamas was hoes, but if you out here calling niggas in their young years still unk, that's probably 9 times out of 10 because your mama had you when she was 13, 14, 15 years old. I tell you this up a lot of times and niggas just don't want to live with it. Your mama was a teen mama, nigga, and you motherfucking like abnormal in reality. You know what I'm saying? Like I hate to bust your bubble, but you probably shouldn't have been here. You know what I'm saying? Under normal circumstances. You ain't supposed to be fucking and having kids at 13. This ain't the wagon trail days, nigga, and the birth what do you call it? The living expectancy is fucking 40. Like that's it weird. Yeah, we grew up saying OG or old head. These young dudes are weird. That's what I'm saying. Like the niggas I called that to, them niggas was like 60 something years old. Like I never called a nigga in his 40s or 30. And I'm thinking about it like I know I got cousins and shit that were like that. You know what I'm saying? Like my cousins and them told me how to dress, shit like that. And them niggas were older than us. Like my one cousin, he was probably like, I don't know, 7 years older than me, 8 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? Or and then I had cousins that were like 15, 20, 25 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? So it was those were my great aunt's sons. So I had a spectrum of cousins. We have a big family. That's why I be trying to tell you. And then like I got a lot of people that like really fuck with me. Like I'm trying to tell you, son. Like I'm like if you Latino, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gotta explain it. But like people, and yo soy la cubano, la mareno, ahí, tú sabes, claro que sí. But like how can I explain it? If you know like the line people that fuck with me, like even my black friends don't realize that I have like 10 different friend groups. But one of my friend groups in particular, I'm just bringing this out for a reason, is heavily Latino, and that would be the one that would probably come out for me and do something to you if you fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I won't even say probably. It's already been spoken about. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and my friends, like, I ain't gonna tell you what borough they from, but they're a little bit different because these are people that I've known for a very, very long time. Like I know their family and shit like that or whatever, whatever. They just have a different temperament with me, and they embrace me as family too. And I know that sounds so talk on the line or whatever, but it's based on this fact. Stop going around feeling free to say whatever you want to in people's chat rooms, whether you a young nigga or old nigga or whatever. Niggas should teach you to know better than that. See, I don't go in everybody's chat room talking shit to them, or when the first thing I say to you is I'm talking some shit to you, or I'm calling you OG or some shit like that, right? I don't do that because I gotta be mindful who the fuck I'm talking to. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of these young niggas and a lot of these people they go in or whatever. Johnny Marshall 65, is that supposed to scare me? Listen, you can start this whole motherfucker, what's the name over, since your name is Johnny Marshall, Marshall 65, and I'm gonna tell you what I told these motherfuckers, okay? And whoever sent you over here, fuck them. I live in a stand your ground state. We have multiple people, including the person probably that sent your motherfucking ass over here. They come into my chat room and threaten me based on my position of neutrality in this whole here Diddy trial, right? And so a particular couple of these punk motherfuckers and cowards and bitches and sluts to feel that they can come over here and say whatever the fuck they want to because I don't go with their motherfucking premise. And they can also send their certain individuals over here to physically threaten me or whatever, whatever. So the next time somebody's coming to you snitching and playing victim is usually because they're the victimizer. You understand what I'm saying? And which I want to put more law enforcement up on. You understand? So Johnny Marshall, 65 Marshall, if that is your handle and name, if that's who you work with, said authorities or whatever, whatever. I want to say from the bottom of my motherfucking heart, fuck Tisa Tells, fuck motherfucking anybody else that sent you over here, and there's no reason for you to be over here, sir. Now you can do diligently go report that back, and I said fuck that bitch from the bottom of my heart, and you have my sure assurance. I will not put one hand on that whore. Have a good evening. There'll be a couple of these motherfuckers that be online here to be cops and shit, dog. Trust me, a couple of them niggas is down there at that courthouse. They working with the police. I keep trying to tell y'all that. Y'all don't be listening. If you pay attention to the guard, you'll understand a lot of this shit I'm telling you is true. You understand what I'm saying? Just like this motherfucker, what's the name, ain't gonna end the way that these niggas hoping it's gonna do. And Tisa tells at the end of this, I do believe gonna have egg on her face. I just got a prediction. I don't know. I don't know any of these things. But you got to watch these motherfuckers that be trying to come into your chat room nowadays. There's a lot of these motherfuckers, these bitches be trying to set up shit. You understand what I'm saying? Isn't that crazy? Like in 2025, you can't even trust African American girls. You can't. They're not your friends. And if you don't go by their bylaws or whatever, they're almost becoming like the new white men or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or like I honestly, truthfully believe I think there's an on method, and I'm gonna say this is gonna be the last thing I say really, but I think there's an on campaign right now going on for motherfuckers to feel like it's popular to hate on niggas. I really think that I see other people from different races doing it, and they join in. It's like a part of a white supremacy initiation or some shit. Now I don't stay here too long, man, because like I said, my cash app been there the whole time. I've been live for 2 hours, right? I was the first motherfucker down there, and I have been for the past 8 months down at the Diddy trial, and I'm seeing people get thousands and thousands of dollars. Yet and still, I'm sitting over here, and I haven't gone back for multiple reasons. I might go back next week or the week after next. It all depends. But I've just noticed, me personally, I don't get any support whatsoever. And that's one thing. It's one thing to get low support, but it's another thing to get no support. And some of these people come in and check me every fucking day, won't put $5 in, $10 in. Yeah, they like the new white men. I swear to God. They like the new white men. Like the bitches don't generally like black men. And if you listen to any of the diatribes on online, you'll notice that very quickly and early in the diatribes, the first thing they're trying to do, they're trying to denounce the black guys. They're trying to say that they're lower than them in tier. They try to give the position that they are the catch and that the men are nothing. They give this tone, like especially when you watch that 20 versus Pop the Balloon shit. I think that was the worst thing that ever happened in life. That Pop that Balloon show is another mechanism to divide black men and black women. This is why I said there's literally two different classes, if not three different classes of black women nowadays. There's a black woman that still traditionally likes black men, and I believe those are abundant. I do believe you can find them because I was with one before. That's why I talk so highly about the tier, because I was with a good black woman for 7 years, and we both fucked it up. You know, we both fucked it up, and I say a million times, like I haven't dated anybody like that in a long, 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 long time. You know what I'm saying? Like I never found somebody to replace her that I liked that much. But not like her. It was a different thing. She was Muslim as well. So I was with a Muslim black woman for 7 years. And a good woman, a good woman for the most part. She had her flaws, but I should have overlooked those flaws based on some particular things. And now that I look back at it, I say, well, you got a point there. You know what I mean? So that was my fault. But yeah, I love the chick. I love the chick. And I had a baby by a black woman, but she was Haitian. You know what I mean? But same thing. She was darker than the ace of spades too. My daughter was too. You know what I'm saying? She had a beautiful tone. So, you know what I mean? Those are my flaws right there. So I have no interest, as you can understand, because I had a daughter and hating on black women. No, 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 no. I hate on whores, sluts, gossipers, piece of shit bitches, and bitches that sit around and hide behind niggas. One of the pet peeves that I have, and I got this trope from my sister before. She said, I can't stand a bitch that hide behind niggas. And that shit always stuck with me. And I knew what she meant. Like it'd be these type of chicks that they'll start shit and pop shit and then go get a nigga and go run behind them. You understand what I'm saying? They think, oh, I'm safe now. You understand? I'm safe now, right? I hear you. But yeah, I don't like people like that, so I don't fuck with people like that. I don't fuck with people like that at all. So as far as the Tisa Tells chick is concerned, wow, another day. I did I did 3 lives. I'm just saying something. I did 3 lives yesterday, right? And didn't get. I got like over 10,000 for one. Another one got like 7,000. Not one cash out. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm straight, man. I'm straight. I'm straight. Like I said, I will never, ever, ever, and I got to take that in realization. I will never, as far as this platform is concerned, ever, except for the people that do donate to me, ever receive any type of financial recompense for this shit right here. Because most of the motherfuckers is watching me is they don't like me. They don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like they watch me, but they don't like me. They don't embrace me like they embrace bitches. So it is what it is. You got a culture that is highly dependent, if not too dependent, on women, women's opinions, and what women think, and what how do we come to make women comfortable, and women this and the women that and the women this. And it's so saturated with women that we're ignoring the boys. And the men and the people of the culture seem to not be concerned with the boys. So the boys are off on their own. So for the young black men growing up, just like it's been a generation before, a generation before that, you are on your own. And that's the best gift I want to offer you. You're on your own. They're not going to have your back. They're not going to help you. And your best interest is not to take, and I hate to say this, not to take one of them as your wife. Because if you take one as your wife, even if you don't or she don't agree with half of these things, you're going to have to deal with these people that do. You understand? So for the young boys out there, there is no help coming for you. These women do not care about you. If they could, they would eradicate you or mix their DNA with somebody else's DNA. And I think that's what you should start looking forward to too. And that's all I got to say about that. We've got niggas in black culture that exalt bitches even over their own good morals. I'll say the Gene Deal again. It killed big in California. You was there. You understand? They killed Pop Smoke in California. Now you wasn't there for that. And there was 2 to 3 other people that was on a call sheet, let's put it that way, that you knew of too, that was supposed to be taken out, but you never talk about that. Only I know and a couple other people know about that, right? Yeah, I was a bad boy. But like I said, man, I never will either. I'm not no gossiping, tea dripping ass nigga. I don't do shit like that. Nor do I get online and talk shit about Gene Deal and the videos we done seen and this. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. What I do give a fuck about is this. I don't like when bitches stand behind certain niggas from our city and be like, yo, I'm under protection. I don't like when bitches sit in front of motherfucking courthouses and talk about how New Yorkers feel. And New Yorkers ain't conveyed with this bitch about nothing. So I don't need no California bitch standing in front of the motherfucker where talking about this. And I'll be back, bitch. All right? I'll be back. Like I said, I know exactly where I should be at right now. I'll be back though, bitch. So talk all you want to, get your little views, whatever the case may be. Nobody's gonna hurt this bitch. Nobody's gonna put their hands on this bitch. I could give a fuck about this hoe. But what you ain't gonna do is you ain't gonna sit in our motherfucking city and sit there and talk about what the fuck you want to. Now, I told you yesterday, don't worry about me. But if you ruffle the feathers of other people in the city, Gene, you know there's certain situations you can't step into or intervene with. You know that, right? Don't you depend on the motherfucking police or no motherfuckers that don't know you to come to your defenses because you a pretty bitch, a cute bitch. Nigga, there's better looking bitches on motherfucking Fordham Avenue right now. There's better looking bitches on motherfucking 148th right now. Nigga, what we talking about, Gene? We being sucker for bitches now? Like, I don't like that shit, man. I don't like when niggas be suckers for bitches. I'm not saying he a sucker. I'm talking about being a sucker for a bitch. You know what I mean? Don't be a sucker for a bitch, nigga. God damn. Y'all too, especially you that old. You supposed to see through that shit. Like, oh, hey, this bitch might be running game. That bitch running game. She set friendships up so niggas will protect and shit like that. She didn't always live life like that. She didn't always live life like that. On anything, she didn't always live life like that. I know bitches like that. They go around, start shit, and then hide behind niggas or whatever. One of my mans in jail right now for 30 years because this bitch went and stole 10 grand from niggas and then turned around and asked niggas to help her when niggas was coming to look for her. Y'all don't get it. Sooner or later, that bitch gonna break character. And Gene, then you gonna see, just like you told Puff, I don't think we should go out here to California. I don't think you should be linking up with that bitch. That's all I got to say. Guys, make sure y'all double tap the screen, hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the cash app up and down. I'm sorry, I don't come here to spill tea or whatever. I talk about the intricate parts that I like to talk about the stories and shit like that. And one of the problems I have with the Diddy story right now is the way Tisa tells is delivering what she's saying in front of that courtroom. I think it's a dishonest play. I don't like the fact that Gene Dill came in and made a whole video talking about he's now defending this bitch and she's under his watch and all this shit or whatever, when the majority of people in New York City don't give a flying fuck about that shit. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't mean that disrespectful, but if niggas want to brush this bitch will get brushed. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, make no mistake about it. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about this niggas in general. If niggas want to do something to that bitch, they'll do something to that bitch. From what I'm hearing, niggas ran up on you too, Gene, about some shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to speak about that because that's none of my business. You know? But like I said, that shit that she's doing, it seemed like the bitch is working with Lil Rod. She just walked out yesterday with Tyrone Blackburn, and then we got Gene Dill making a video about the bitch. There's something that ain't adding up here. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, what is y'all niggas on? Like sound like a lot of governmental shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Like what's what? It sound like some like confidential shit going on. I don't know. Shit sound weird. Shit sound weird. This ain't like you, Big Midwest. This ain't like you. This ain't like you, Big Midwest. This ain't like you. You know what I'm saying? Zesty hater. Bitch, I'll fuck you right now. How about it? Bring your motherfucking ass. Is that a bitch? Oh, that's a nigga. You got a bitch name. You understand what I'm saying? You got a bitch name. Why you got a bitch's name? And he kind of looked like a bitch in the picture. God damn, my fault, B. Zesty, hey, that's what shit a bitch would say. That's why I thought you was a bitch. You ain't a bitch? Damn, that's fucked up, bro. Yo, you need to change this. Let me give you some advice, dog, for you next time you say some shit. Next time you need to change your screen name, and you need, because the shit look like Yanny and boobs. That's what it looked like to me. And number two, the picture almost looked like this a ugly bitch. I'm sorry, G. Oh shit. Jean been doing videos with her, man, and niggas is out here paying the light skinned bitch because she's a light skinned black chick, including black chicks. So, you know, like that's why I said fuck all that black community shit and all that shit. That's just a myth. If you don't take their side, they won't support you at all and will try to get you banned. Yeah, that's what they do to me. I keep trying to explain to these niggas, and I'm glad somebody else came in here and said it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna screenshot just so niggas will know I'm not just the only one saying it. Yeah, that'll make a nice little post right there. So niggas will know I'm not the only one just saying, oh shit, that one got fucked up. Hold on. Let me do that again. So if you don't agree with them, first thing they try to do is like, let me tell you the plan they did with me. So when the niggas had seen me, y'all heard me say I've been down covering this shit for 8 months, right? 8 months I've been covering the Diddy shit. So I've been at all the motherfucking hearings, the arraignments or whatever. This was for his bail hearing. So this is from the first one up into what? A week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago now. I think it's going on 2 weeks, but it was like more like a week and 4 days or something like that ago. That was the last time I was down there, right? Now check this out. And all that time, these other vloggers saw me down there. They had to see me down there. My second video did like something like 347,000 views. You understand what I'm saying? I had a lot of views. And so niggas saw that. And then they saw up until the point where I was still down there. So it gave niggas the idea to start coming down there. I'm the antithesis and 3 or 4 other vloggers. Hopefully they'll show up. But you guys know if you've been following me, like a couple people in here confirmed it or whatever. But this is the thing. When it started appearing to them that I wasn't being anti-Diddy, what they did was it was one vlogger that did it, and then it just matriculated into a whole bunch of other ones. And then I heard this nigga still running around saying, oh, you know, he's pro-Diddy. I'm like, nigga, you don't even fucking know me. Who the fuck are you? And like, this the audacity for a nigga to speak for you and they don't know you. It's like some fucking sissy shit in itself. Like, I don't speak for niggas. Like, you don't hear me here speaking for Gene Dill. I'm just speaking on how I feel for Gene Dill. I'm not going to speak for another man. But these niggas are out here speaking for other men. Oh, he's just a Diddy supporter. Oh, he's just this. Oh, he's just that. You understand what I'm saying? And another thing, I seen you bitch ass niggas using my words again in your little diatribes, trying to act like you me. We gonna have an issue. Stop using my fucking words in your fucking diatribes. Find your own words. Don't go look at my podcast when shit I said 3 or 4 days prior to it happening and then try to subjugate yourself into it and now be like you're the bastion of all information. Nah, nigga, it don't work that way. Y'all gotta stop that sucker shit. That's some sucker shit. And it's always trying to test to prove how a lot of black dudes they spend their time here on this internet. Now the funny thing about it is this whole black crew that I was talking about that did the same thing, but this one said, if you don't take their side, they won't support you at all and will try to get you banned. I had somebody in here the other day that said, "Yeah, we feel." I just reported they were talking to somebody, and I had blocked that person, but they hadn't realized I blocked the person. So they were talking to him. So I'm like, "Yeah, I just reported them." I took a screenshot of that shit. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you got these people that are online right now that are African American that are trying to play gangster at the courthouse. You understand what I'm saying? With all kinds of shit going on. That's why I said I ain't going down there because honestly and truthfully, I'm gonna end up doing something to one of them niggas down there. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't even care if the what's the name, the folks is hearing me. The last 3 remaining days I came down there, I had, you know what I mean? Like it was everything was taken care of. Put it that way. You wouldn't even have seen it, and so it was like it was crazy. Like I had to feel that way going down to a fucking courthouse, dog. But them wild ass niggas from California, it's not nobody from New York. It's all California. That California bitch Tisa Tells. The other nigga from California, Mom Wiggins, getting into shit he got into yesterday, making the spot hot. You know what I'm saying? The bitch that was down there yelling at him, making the spot hot. The chick that came up in there talking about the shit about Puff, and then later on got into it, was out there, she part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of niggas running around talking about the not niggas the problem. I don't see him as a problem outside of that shit that happened with him and Gene that day. And that shit that happened with him and Gene that day lasted less than a minute and a half. That shit, or 2 minutes maybe based on what he had on camera. But that shit that happened right there with Amon and them, that shit lasted for about a good 5, 6, 7 minutes in front of all them officers. That shit that happened with Gene and this nigga was in the back. You understand what I'm saying? So I can at least say that much about that. However this shit in is however this shit in. I don't be talking about niggas like that. Like I'm not no T channel. You know what I'm saying? So however him and Gene find to end that, that's how y'all end that. I told you to stop, you kept going. So that you on your own with that one. You know what I'm saying? With that one. But as far as Gene though, Gene always gonna be respected by us. But the problem is like I don't respect your motherfucking judgment call on this one, B. I'm sorry. That bitch is a problem. You gonna find that out. I'm gonna answer one motherfucker's question, right? Just because it's poignant that I answer the question. He asked me, he said, why don't you like some of these other vloggers reporting on Diddy's trial, especially Tisa? Well, let me start right here, right? Since you were a little slow showing up. It's not the fact that I don't like them. I was out there before they were. You understand? R&R. I've been covering this shit for about 8 motherfucking months. I was there from the first hearing, the second bail hearing, the third bail hearing, the fourth bail hearing, or whatever. Myself and the major media that's out there and a few other YouTubers that were out there saw how everything changed after her and motherfucking Jaguar Wright showed up. Jaguar Wright being first, and then this bitch showed up. Once this bitch showed up, she brought forth a certain type of vlog out there that normally wouldn't have been out there in the past 8 months that I've been out there. And even the people that have been out there noticed that. These are T vloggers, and those T vloggers wasn't out there. It was vloggers that were out there, but they were out there just to catch the story and ask real questions. This was back when Mark was coming outside, and literally he had 6 or 7 vloggers following behind him and everything like that, or whatever. We was getting our info and getting our camera time and everything like that. It's when Tisa Tell showed up and she started copying a flow of the bitch thinks she's in California, so that's how California bitches do it. They go upstairs, listen to shit real quick, and then come downstairs, and then every 5 or 10 minutes they're giving you a motherfucking, update or whatever. Many California chicks like Tisa trying to imitate me. I don't know who you are, but yeah, all right, cool. But anyway, long story short, you know what I'm saying? All those bitches that are down there now have seemingly cultivated themselves into being Me Too supporters. So alongside that, they offer shit in their diatribe. Like today, for example, the bitch said, yeah, and many of New Yorkers feel like Diddy's guilty. And I'm like, bitch, you're not even from here. Why the fuck are you talking about many New Yorkers? Bitch, you not even been around our city. So it's like this whole thing of the bitch got too comfortable too quick, where if I would have went to California, I couldn't feel that comfortable that quick. You understand what I'm saying? And so, like, if I went to California right now, and I use that as an example, and I went to the Big U trial, right? It's expected of me to be on my P's and Q's because I'm out there at this nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. I'll tell you who she was sent by, nigga, what it appears to me to be, because the first day the bitch showed up, bro, the first day the bitch showed up, she walked right past me with motherfucking Lil Rod. And I was looking at Lil Rod first. You understand what I'm saying? I wasn't even looking at her. I'm looking at the Lil Rod nigga first. Then earlier on, I thought I had seen her, but I just wasn't sure. She was with Lil Rod and Lil Rod's attorney. Yesterday, she walked past Denat's camera on purpose, and she was where? With Tyrone Blackburn. So I'm like, yeah, somebody sent her in, but it ain't nobody from the music industry, because trust me, ain't nobody fucking with that nigga. Everything he getting right now, okay, well, you can get the fuck out of here. You a sensitive bitch, nigga. I don't like sensitive bitch niggas. Any nigga right now ain't fucking with that nigga because of pure simple fact of the shit that's going on with Puff. He's a no-go right now. Niggas know that. Gene will tell you that. His lawyer know that. Everything he getting is residuals right now. You getting residuals of old plays. Maybe a few things here and there instrumental wise, but nigga, your face, your name on the monarchy, fuck out of here. Now tell me something fucking different. Tell me something fucking different. I know niggas ain't fucking with you. Ask Lil Rod that shit. How I know? We know, right? We know, right? Okay. Anyway, I'm small, but I'm big. I don't know what the fuck y'all got fucked up about me. I'm bad boy, nigga. And I'm gonna ride this shit out until motherfucking I see fit to jump off the motherfucking benches or not jump off at all. But one thing I'm gonna say is one of the only bad boy entertainment niggas that seemingly want to say any fucking thing. And I dare a motherfucker to say anything against me when you ain't said shit, including you CEO motherfuckers, including you niggas that used to have desks and shit like that. We all knew y'all ain't said shit. I told you the other day, I'll give you an example. I told y'all the other day, if you was filming Bad Boy Entertainment staff or whatever, you probably want to show up at that fucking courtroom because they mentioned this shit, right? There was one particular agency that was mentioned yesterday, and I'm just going to say it like that. There was one particular agency that was mentioned yesterday. Entonces sabe la gente. Creo que sea no dominicano, no. It was one particular interest that was speaking yesterday, and I said, oh shit, there you go. There was a name that was spoken under, what's her name, Capricorn Clark, and I heard a certain name that started with a V, and I recognized that name and know who that is. So if I were you and you from Bad Boy Entertainment, or you formerly or currently, and I'll say this again because evidently I put out the world cry and niggas was like, no, we can't send that nigga no money, even though he down there trying to, stick it out for Puff, and he been down there for 8 months. We can't get that nigga no money. And let me know who some of y'all motherfuckers are too. Because any decent motherfuckers, they will see, and all these subscribers, even though there's like a lot of people like left here right now, but usually there's a lot more people in here. Anybody know that's been down there, has been watching me, they'd be like, and they be coming in the chat and they said, yo, if Puff get rolled, first nigga he need to give a job is you. You've been on it. And then to see the lack of support from niggas from Bad Boy Entertainment that are trying to, most of y'all niggas are huddled up in the corner. I hope it ain't me. I hope it ain't me. I get it. I hope you're going on without your lives or whatever the case may be. But just be responsible and remember some of the people that was helping you out along the way. Be responsible of some of the people that thought of you as friends. Be responsible of the thought that if this guy goes down, your whole fucking legacy goes down, everybody you work for too, and only the things that you have accomplished thus far right now will matter. That means that now you're a car salesman. That's all that matters. You can't look back and brag and say, hey, I used to work for Bad Boy Entertainment. Were you working at Bad Boy with some of the witnesses work for Bad Boy? Listen, I tell motherfuckers every other time way before this shit started. What I always tell them, Amadel, I worked for Bad Boy Entertainment from 2000 going into 2001, from 2016 going into 2017. If you listen to most of these witnesses, I'm going to give y'all a play. If you listen to most of these witnesses, what year do they say? 2016 or 2017. That's why I said I'll be giving these niggas plays and they don't even be listening. So this is the thing, nigga. Don't ask me, don't give me no ultimatums on fucking nothing. I don't not motherfucking know you. You ain't never donated nothing to me. And if you want to play that bitch game that bitches play, then you go over to a bitch's channel. You don't ever come up in this motherfucker and ask me who I support, what I support, why I don't support, so you can ultimately go over to your nigga fest and tell everybody, oh, he don't support us and he won't do what we want him to do. So don't nobody support him like you've been doing, right? Don't you ever come up in this motherfucking out for me, no ultimatums on any motherfucking thing, you bitch ass niggas, after you sat here 5 minutes and act like you was cool. Hoe ass nigga. Hoe ass nigga. Hoe ass nigga. Thought you was slick, huh? Hoe ass nigga. So I told you, you gotta watch these niggas in the motherfucking shit, man. These niggas is bitches, bro. See how that hoe ass nigga try to do that? So you support Diddy? I told you, watch these niggas. That's what they use. And so as I'm sitting here explaining what I'm talking about, he gave an example. The other dude that was in here before, he gave example. Same thing. He wanted to act like a smart ass. You're not gonna get far with me talking to me like that. I don't know who the fuck you goofy ass niggas think you are, or who the fuck you think you're talking to, or what you assume or presume. You're not gonna get far talking to me like that. I don't give a fuck about you. I really don't. And you don't scare me as much as you think you scare me. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I wanted something done to you, it fucking be done. That's why I'm adamantly explaining to you, I'm not going to do anything to you. You understand what I'm saying? Because I want the light to be known. If I wanted something done to you, any for you motherfuckers, excluding Big Midwest, it would have been done. So let's chill out here. I'm in a good space here. I don't want anything done to you. I don't want you harmed or anything like that. But you are going to respect, motherfucker. Well, you're working at Bad Boy when some of these witnesses work for Bad Boy. So yeah, I was around. I wouldn't particularly know these bitches because, okay, we was at Bad Boy Worldwide. That was right across the street from Ed Sullivan Theater. I think that's what it's called. That's where they filmed David Letterman and shit. So we had moved from Atlantic to that building. That was his next move. He went from BMG. Clive had lost his deal with Arista. They had some bickering or something like that. See, niggas don't even know the story. These niggas, they had some bickering or something like that. And Arista and Clive actually had the deal, right? So the first building I was in was the Bertelsmann Music Group building. So Clive Davis and Arista, they were literally like 3 floors, maybe 2 floors on top of us. There was special elevators. Gene know what I'm talking about. There was 3 elevators. And like you could get off those elevators, you walk to the back end of the door, or you could go around the corner, you can walk to the front of the office. Most people walked on that back door right there because our department was right there. Plus, it was more inconspicuous if you walked in through there. It was a huge office. And so what would happen is, here, um, Clive ended up getting into some fiasco with Arista. Arista said they wanted he ended up leaving, or Arista got rid of him, one of the two. They couldn't come to a compromise on something. He went to go start J Records. Now at that time, and Gene know who I'm talking about, that's when Malcolm went over there. Gene, that's when Malcolm went over there to Sony. You understand? He went to Sony, then he went to Cash Money. Shout out to Malcolm M. So after that, you know what I'm saying? We went over to Atlantic for a distributor because the distribution deal was coming up to renew, I guess. And so Puff picked it up with Atlantic. We went to Atlantic for a minute. Then we ended up coming Bad Boy Worldwide. Now, I don't know if he was still in conjunction with Atlantic at that time. Then it went from there, it went over to Jimmy Iovine and all of them over in Interscope. Then it went from Interscope to this most recently before he was arrested over there at Epic. And I don't know why he had a distributor at the time because nobody even sells physical entities anymore. But he had it for some reason. It might have been for telecommunication goals. You know what I'm saying? Which would have hence matched up with Revolt Films and things of that nature, whatever. Because at this time, you're talking about physical entities, meaning CDs and all that stuff have been eradicated. I don't know, maybe pretty much of 2013, 2012. You might have saw a couple remnants of it in 2014, but for the most part, by 2015, the commercial entity that you know, or physical entity you know as a CD, was all but dissolved. You see? So it was gone. So that's a little track record or whatever. Gene, would you disagree with that? I don't think you would. So long story short, you know what I mean? That was our makeup right there. So yes, from the years of 2001, the 2001 and 2001 forward on to 2016, 2017, and what you hear is the same. And I've said this for 5 years, but don't you always hear the same dates? 2016, 2017. You want me to explain that to you? Because it was around about that time he was making transition, but taking all the assets out to California. I think the kids were out there, something like that. Or Misa moved out there, something happened. And all the kids were out there. So that's why he went to California. It fucked us up too, because he closed the office. There was no more office in New York, really. Um, so there was no way we could really go except for Revolt. And that shit was like, that was some Hollywood shit in itself. I used to go to the Revolt office. If anybody know what I'm talking about, over there by the CVS. And that shit was some fuck nigga shit too. And I ended up coming over there on the tail end. You know what I'm saying? And I came over there with Storm. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm not talking about no Storm and Row either. I'm talking about for us to know. I came over there with Storm, looking for Storm. And then it was after that, I was looking for the big nigga from Queens, big dark skinned nigga from Queens. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? And so I came over there looking for them because I was trying to get some work doing that, and to no avail. The funny thing is, one thing I've learned about African Americans through this whole thing since 2016, 2017, I won't talk too much, is that even then, nobody African American is going to help me out financially. Nobody African American is going to offer me, even at the very least, another job within the music industry or whatever, whatever. What I have found is people from other races do. Ain't that crazy? Yeah, you heard me here first. That's one thing I say. I'm not gonna sit here and just, paddle walk with Bad Boy. Nah, nobody from Bad Boys ever offered me a job, a gig, any help to that proportion at the time that I was seeking it. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody, and I won't even say it in Bad Boy. I'll say in the music industry. I'd say that's a better way of putting it. After I was let go from Bad Boy, I said it the wrong way. After I was let go from Bad Boy, there was no other record label or music person or whatever that even offer me a job. And you would think they would with 17 years of experience, not one. Not one. And there was a reason behind that because they scared. It wasn't a couple who do something to them, they was just scared. So I learned early on from working, like that's what people don't understand with my working experience. I worked for blacks. How many of y'all can say y'all worked for a black man for 17 years? See what I'm saying? So I worked for a black dude for 17 years and had black co-workers and everything like that. My whole experience was black. So I'm telling you, for somebody that's whole experience was black, it ain't what it's cut up to be. They're not gonna look out for you. And they find they can't you, they'll dispose of you quicker than white people will. White people will give you a soft landing. You know what I'm saying? Well, look, if you need a resume or something like that, just make sure to reach out to us and give you a good word. They want to see you back on your feet. Niggas, when they get rid of you, they be like, they'll laugh at you. So it's gonna be an upper climb up for me on this whole, shit right here we doing again or whatever. I'm about to get in tens of thousands of views. We're gonna move them up to 40,000 of views or whatever. But I just say this. When I do pop off or whatever, and like I said, I'll make bulk of my money probably 9 times out of 10 from Google. I'm not gonna make my money from the masses. We different people. I can't run with these communists like the brother said in here, even though I blocked his ass. He made a good point. I can't where's it at? Jean been doing videos with her way before this guy hot. Jean did one video with her, Don T. If you don't take their side, they won't support you at all and will try to get you banned. Yeah, that was the one I was taking off of. That comment right there, the Zulu After Dark podcast wrote. He said, if you don't take their side, they won't support you at all and try to get you banned. Yeah, that's the one that the black girls are pushing. Yeah. I keep trying to tell you, these black women, they don't like y'all. They don't like y'all. And y'all keep just trying to procreate with them, trying to make them your girlfriend. They don't like you. In their heart of hearts, they don't like you. 70% of them, not all of them, 70% of them. In their heart of hearts, 80% of them would rather date another man besides you. And they don't want a man that looks like you. You understand what I'm saying? And this collective effort from other different minority groups. I mean, minority groups and whites to make sure it stays that way. So, yeah, man, it's in a ruckus or whatever, whatever. But yeah, man, when I start getting my Cash App hit up, that's when I'll be back down there. When I start getting supported, I could go down there and my ones and twos, bitches is buying clothes, niggas is buying clothes with the donations. It's crazy. So, yeah, I don't, like I said, this will be 2 times now in my life that African Americans have beat down. So I'm good. Anyway, talk to y'all.